Hi guys. So welcome to another sesh. We're gonna do some VOD reviews this afternoon because I have to do it for the team, and since they were publicized anyway, I might as well share to you the games. At the same time, also my thoughts and comments about the games. So yeah, it's gonna be like the second time I'm gonna watch these things. So I'm gonna be watching them for a while. And if you guys do actually know, we will have these scrims later at 7 p.m. So I might actually just fix that real quick so you guys can actually see my browser right now. Hello, whole stream. Okay, title's all good. And yeah, I'll try to use Mayhem real quick if we can. Let's try to put that here. So you have private session audio only. And yeah, basically I'm just gonna be watching YouTube in a sense. Maybe try to draw on it. If I can't, then I'll just do it on YouTube itself. Aw, fuck, really? I wanted to draw on it. Okay, so when it's like this, let's try the other video. Let's try the other video. Damn it. Okay, so we can't use this. Let's end the session real quick. And we might be able to use it later on. So whatever. So as if anyone's actually here, yeah, I'm just gonna be watching YouTube and doing some studies about the games. So as you guys might have not heard, because we still are waiting confirmation, we placed third in the Chennai Esports launch tournament. So not bad, but we honestly wish we could have done better. So let's get into the games right now, and yeah, let's do some analysis. Where's the first game? So first thing to note is that the producers actually never fixed it. Never fixed the thing. Like this is the map and the icons don't actually change. So that's really questionable from the producers, honestly, but whatever. It's not my production, that's not my concern. I hope that they get better at their production. And what else? I hope actually we can join the other tournaments as well. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna watch through OBS so I can see everything. Let's mute the audio because I want to be able to just talk about the game. What review PogChamp teach me? Hello. Hi, I will deliver. Yeah. Uh, basically, apparently I can't use Visor for this, so I have to watch on YouTube. All you have to do is just like comment on what's gonna go on, because we need to analyze stuff, and since a public VOD anyway, I'll just do it on stream. Not only for Miraculum's sake, but also so you guys can see how I analyze VODs. If you guys have any VODs you wanna send me, feel free to do so. It's also, I know it's also a sub perk, but like, you know, whatever. And yeah, thank you for showing up on the stream. So just a quick heads up, in 4 hours we'll have another community scrim, so be sure to be there. So let's look at the lineup real quick. I wish I could full screen. Can I full screen this? Oh, it's really ugly. Let's adjust it. So yeah, this is a, you want to do about review time support, trying to learn how to play tank. Feel free to send one, I guess. And I can do so at some time. If you have any links uploaded, feel free to PM it to me at my Facebook page. Okay, let's adjust this so you guys. Oh, there. That's actually nice. There you go. Perfect. So let's look at the lineup real quick. Miraculum does start out with a defense with the Reinhardt and Zar. So basically on King's Row, you always do start off really the death ball is actually a very common pick in King's Row. You can see Fascinate now. He's probably gonna set up. God, I wish I could draw, but you can probably see Fascinate right now. He's gonna set up here in the middle of the two buildings. So yeah, whatever. They have the Junkrat. Junkrat's a really good hero for spam. On the other hand, on the attack, the sniper from Cruzy might play a really good role here. So this is like a more or less blind VOD review because I didn't really watch it that much. I kind of fell asleep, so really tired that night. So let's check all this out. And one thing to note is actually skins are enabled in this tournament, which is kind of weird because you always want to standardize tournaments. So we have Global Esports right now going in through the center. And okay, this is standard right here from Widow. Widow always goes to the right because the defense always has to back off. So good play here so far from bro teams. Really standard stuff here on King's Row's defense. Junkrat doing some damage, but oh, Cena's with the kill there on to Archangel there. And let's check out how the Junkrat spam. Oh, it's because the Zarya gets overextended right there. Barrier is way up on top. So if you really want to try to protect your team, of course, as the Reinhardt. And look at this. The Reinhardt putting down the shield since he used bubble, but now it's too late. Archangel gets focused down, especially with the Discord from Cenos. But yeah, why am I casting it? So the usual stuff. Some good trades coming in. The charge there from Global actually got them a good foothold onto the point. I don't know if Fascinate had the charge ready or not, but you always want to be able to use that charge to cancel out any charges on the defense. So really smart play here from Miraculum. You guys don't need to always keep the point with 6 because what you want to do is just fully capture that. I wonder if you can see my mouse. Okay, you can see my mouse good. You just don't want them to capture this whole thing, but you know, you can give a tick. Try not to give up 2 ticks. But anyway, see here, Jordan right now is on the Jordan's on Moira, so he has a lot of space to work at. Miraculum right now looks like the Deadeye coming there fast. So this is a judgment call right here from Miraculum. When does Fascinate come back in? Okay, Fascinate is already getting hammered right there. If I were Miraculum, sad, I don't know, you could have Grandis auto popping the bubble. The bubble doesn't even go on to Fascinate for a while. He just gets hammered while he walks to the point. So as a tank, you want to coordinate with your supports and your fellow tank to protect yourself as you try to go on the point. So a bubble would be good. A biotic orb would be good so far from the team. The team's composition is actually pretty good, especially since the Cruzy switched from a Widow to a Junkrat instead. So no real drawbacks too much. The Tracer is absolutely necessary to get back onto the point, and if you switch the Soldier, might not be able to get those back row picks. And because I don't know how Sachok actually gets those kills with the charge. Sachok just goes for it. And when you see a Reinhardt charging in, you might want to like try to focus fire. Sachok's like half HP right now, and he actually gets hit by a bit, but it's not enough till Zyriel dies, and you want to always protect your Zenyatta in those situations. So since there was no, oh god, I'm gonna turn off this. Oh crap, no one saw that. Okay, there it is. So in this situation, Miraculum really needed that second bubble to be on a key target. So the Zarya right now not really on point with the bubbles, but position wise, you always want to stay at the back row here. If you're a Zenyatta, or actually here, depends on how you are cut off. But you want to make some distance because they really have to stay on the point. You might have the Junkrat coming in, but it'll take him a few more seconds, and you can readjust accordingly. So now here comes a quick clash. They have the Tracer going in for trying to get some kills, and he actually gets the Zarya. So target priority so far going good for Miraculum, and Lirak's almost really low. Yeah, so Miraculum with the first defense almost losing the point, but see, at least they didn't lose the point, and they're gonna burn some time. So of course, in every game, you always want to do a full hold, but in situations like this, you just want to delay the attack as much as possible, okay? Especially in hybrid maps, because the control point is pretty far. It's like sakto lang, not as bad as assault maps, but yeah. Why is it so hot again? So right now, Miraculum is playing a very defensive hold right here because they know they can't give up the position of the point again. This gives the attacking team the advantage because they know that Miraculum has to stay on the point at least one or two members, especially their tanks, so they can work around accordingly. Especially they have ability on the side. So if you're on the attack and the defense is on the point itself, you can easily use the sides to spam from above, maybe as a Junkrat, maybe as a hit scan, and all you have to worry about is the other DPS. Since they have a Junkrat and a Tracer instead, it's kind of hard to contest those areas. And let's see how Global actually faces no Grand uses these Graviton. So the classic combo from Miraculum, very well played. That's two ultimates. Oh, did Sinos use a Riptire? Oh yeah, he did. So three ultimates right there from Miraculum. Yeah, they're actually okay. So this is actually a pretty safe triple combo because Lurax actually gets a kill onto Jakama, and when you want to make sure you can get the wipe, you go for the other ult. The Riptide does take a while, and you can still get some stagger kills with it. So fairly basic stuff coming in from Miraculum. On the other hand, Sachok does play extremely aggressively on the Reinhardt, and Miraculum punishes that once again. What's this? I don't know. Oh, really good Earth Shatter there from Fascinate. So this gives Miraculum another chance, and they're not playing too aggressively. They know if they actually get stagger killed right here, this is uh the one tick might be enough, and Fascinate going down there. So pretty. Oh, yeah, this is really bad for Miraculum. So look at how Global Esports punishes this. So even they get the stun right. Sachok gets stunned because he gets outrined right here, and Miraculum goes in for some kills. During these times, you wanna discipline yourself to not go too far. Maybe just like one or two players, but you see Miraculum right now they have to commit because the Zarya is the one going in, and the position right now is quite punishable. How did because okay, I get what happened here. So you have the Zenyatta on the left side doing so much damage to Fascinate. Discord is up on him, so the moment he has to turn just a bit, the McCree can easily punish. So this is an overextend from Miraculum. Is this a normal tournament? Hey. This was a like launch tournament for an Indian company. So we joined right now. Sadly, we didn't make it to contenders. We were top 20, and they only get the top 8 for trials. Dude, I wish we were in contenders right now. do sub dance. Why? Are you gonna sub to me? Sub for squats. So yeah, we see Lil Rax. Actually, just spoiler alert: this whole tournament, Lil Rax was such a great uh DPS player for Global Esports, and yeah, Judge with the kill on Jordan as well. So this time on the retreat, problem is Miraculum right now does not have any cover. Grandis also doesn't have a self bubble, and Miraculum is out in the open right now with the Reinhardt dying. So you can just go in straight. Zyra's forced to pop Transcendence, but the Transcendence does not counteract the Dead Eye. So this is a very easy capture for Global Esports. Just a little too aggressive by Miraculum in that part, and the 1-by-1 kills are always what that are make or break for control points. So Miraculum right now reforming in the usual corner, because this is always where you want to defend first. You always want to defend here first, no matter what, because if the payload's starting to move, the enemy team is gonna go in with it, especially in the archway. And if you don't have too much of a CQC lineup, you want to let them get to the corner first, then fight them. If you're really confident with your close quarter, you can push in, but that's usually the second defense instead. With your second defense, because you wipe them here in the corner near the pub, you can actually go into the archway to stagger some kills and to watch them come out of spawn. So yeah, this is gonna be an engagement. Besides, it's always gonna be near either the clothing store or the pub. And looks like it is gonna happen near the clothing store. Really good tax synergy so far from Miraculum once again. Okay, questionable camera work, but yeah, we do see Global Esports right now just going with the momentum. So in this part, you can see the Junkrat playing some really heavy displacement for both teams, and as in the backline, I think it's Jordan who dies. Oh, Jagamo dies rather. So once again, the McCree shuts down the Tracer. So it's now 5v6. The Coalescence actually goes to the right side. So instead of going forward, Miraculum decides to back off, which is a really bad spot right now for the team, because you can't see the Reinhardt with the Coalescence. I'm learning. Hi Buffy. Hello Savio. So very basic play so far from... Ooh, that Earth Shatter though actually gets the stun enough to, stop Miraculum. Guys, all right now was right in front of Fascinate trying to get some charge. So a really easy punish right there. Now it's a 4v6 and Global Esports can easily overrun Miraculum. They know Jordan does not have an ult as well, and they have kill Grand. So this is a very basic push in coming in from Global. If I were Miraculum right there, the support should have coordinated the position of the Coalescence coming in, and they would have had a better chance to actually fight. So a little miscommunication right there, because the Zarya was the one in front instead. What's up? So hi guys, welcome to Claire who just got here. And you always try to play desperately here, kind of desperate play, but this is exactly what you need for the second point, because if you actually can stop people on second, it's learning, you can actually stop people before capturing the second checkpoint. It's a very far spawn, and you can utilize the top part to defend with your DPS heroes. But look at this right now, Miraculum is not in a good position. Granislaw is way in front, and Chikama just gets taken down again by Sachok. So the Tracer is super heavily shut down right now, and sometimes when you actually get shut down like this, you might want to switch off the Tracer to go either for the Genji or maybe even the Reaper, because we already have the Lucio on Joran. So why not go for the Reaper in such a close part, especially the second and third checkpoint transition, which gives a rooftop. What's up? Anyway, so look, there's a Graviton comes out from Miraculum, but it's a very easy punish because the front line is in the middle and the back line is in the front. So basic stuff once again from Global. No switches coming in from Miraculum beyond the Lucio. from the Moira. I actually don't know if I like the Moira better indoors. I always have a tendency. Oh no, exactly. Uh, Miraculum is switching to the Lucia Reaper, so this is a good one here for this point. The rocks with the zoning Deadeye gets the shatter, and Cena's actually falls. So it's already a 5v6 right now. I don't know why Cena's fell, but the fact that he fell already puts Miraculum at such a great disadvantage. Camera right now is forced away by Judge and actually gets taken down once again. So really in this whole map, where the hell's Fascinating going? Charge doesn't connect, and yeah, that should be Global Esports' easy capture. So the biggest reason right now in this game that Miraculum lost was the DPS was heavily shut down by the McCree, and it's kinda, you shouldn't force the Tracer pick if it doesn't work out well enough, especially in you know, this is an Overwatch league. You don't need to do some Tracer heroics right here. On the other hand, there were a few miscues with the overpush. The overpush was the one that started the cascade for Miraculum's defeat. And there we go, Global Esports with that 256. Hi Dodge, welcome to the stream, Buffy. People usually forget how useful Reaper is. Oh, hi Digi. Why I was in my Kamal last point and the Vipus one switched through, then switched and got us a win. Yeah, the Reaper, the three most common DPS switches last minute are the Doomfist. The Doomfist can easily get rocket punch kills. On the other hand, there is the Bastion, but the Bastion requires space to set up, and if you have, I thought King's Row is an okay map to do the Bastion thing. And last is the Reaper, especially for really close straight spawn points, because when you shadow step in outside, you can easily come out and do some damage. So you don't use the raid form. You guys don't ever use the raid form in spawn, because you will need that in that clutch fight. Doing VOD reviews until 7 p.m. Kinda. Basta Scrim will start at 7 p.m. I'll do some VOD reviews, and if I'm done, I might just play some random games or whatever. Or maybe I'll take a break, I don't know. So, Miraculum going for the Somber Reaper. So, this is a very tier crafty lineup coming in from Miraculum. The Somber right now is quite a DPS pick, even more so than before. Come here, announce it, Daji. You will be on stream, Daji. Dog stream. So the Sombra really super DPS right now rather than support, because the med pack strat doesn't even work anymore. I agree, Miraculum overextended probably would have held the first point. It was just a little too much. The engagement from Fascinate right there was really good. The Earth Shatter, he knew Shatrok was more aggressive and he punished accordingly. But then Miraculum's overpushed right there, and that was a half a team wipe, and no one was ready to cover the team. So anyway, the Somber Reaper. So this is very strong in very tight maps, because the Sombra can play like the Tracer, but also disable a hero's abilities. On the other, it's also not a full commitment like a Tracer, because you can always translocate. So Miraculum right now going to the top part, making some space for the Sombra and Reaper to do some action. They have the Lucia right now, so they can easy speed boost in. So here's a good dive coming in from Miraculum. So at that time, Miraculum, well coordinate, comes from the hotel thing. The Reaper comes out from the health thing as Fascinate jumps in and immediately gets the pick onto Cruzy, who is in the back since there's two doors. So good geometry play so far from Miraculum. Dive does work out. But the thing is, with a Lucia Zenyatta lineup, your heals are very low. You really are going for the kills because you have the speed boost and the Discord. We'll dodge this Sombra, rather have Soldier 76 as second DPS. That's why I said this is a very tier crafty lineup. you want the Sombra to disable a specific hero, and in their lineup, I mean in Global Esports' lineup right now, there's not really anything much to fully disable. Like Global Esports isn't running a tracer. I don't with their roster right now. I don't think there's a very hardcore tracer player. You don't want the Sombra against the McCree, because the McCree is a very easy disturbance to the Sombra, especially with the flashbang cancels out the Translocate, something like that. So yeah, you want to run the Sombra when the defense is actually running the flankers, so you can easily punish them with the rest of your team. So it's like an anti-dive kind of thing. But Global Esports right now is running the dead ball instead, and especially with the changes for Sombra, you can't even get that really quick EMP anymore. You can use the EMP to destroy this lineup, no problem. The Zenyatta will die, the Zarya will probably die unless the barriers are up. The Reinhardt will be able to do nothing. And yeah, like these three will pretty much die to an EMP combo, but the Junkrat and McCree are very good against the Sombra right now. So it's up to the Reaper to do some changes. Maybe if Miraculum spotted out the DPS coming out from Global, they should have changed, but we'll see this engagement right now. The hack did come out onto the Reinhardt, but really quick barrier there from Archangel protects him. Doesn't get rid of the hack though, but you know, it's good enough to do some protection, and Archangel easily gets the kill onto the Sombra. So Zenyatta will get destroyed because he is in a bad spot. So when you are Zenyatta, you want to start floating away the moment people are coming near you. Like, unless you're like Jonak or something and amazingly confident with your aim, you really want to stay alive for discords rather than those headshots, because discords are a multiplicative at the end. So another shutdown on the Sombra right there. So it's kind of pointless to hack the Junkrat, especially you have the trap out and the grenade out and everything. Hmm? Lagi naman eh. So Lyriac switched to the... So when is Lyriac switch to the soldier? Oh, he switched to the soldier to get back to the point. So basic stuff right there. Miraculum doesn't have too much too much what do you call it? Healing. So the soldier can do a lot more damage, sustained damage. But at the same time, it makes it easier for Miraculum to sustain it because the McCree does all that super headshot damage. So many kills coming in from Global. They used 4 ultimates for that. So very committed there by Global right now. So Miraculum with the ultimate advantage, they know they can just go in and destroy with the players with the EMP. And we'll see how they're gonna play this. Yes, sir. Very smooth, and the EMP is perfectly placed there from Miraculum side because they know the Zenyatta right now is busy peeling on the back for some reason. Speed boost comes in for the Reaper as a Sombra Cascade. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5-man EMP right there, disabling so much, and boom goes the dynamite. I think it's actually 6-man right there. So 3 have fallen, 4, 5, and no ultimates ready for Global. So Miraculum will easily take the point right there. So if you actually guys have any suggestions for the DJ, I take YouTube source suggestions. So feel free to PM me, put YouTube links on the chat, and I'll probably get them and play them on stream. So yeah, basic defense coming in from Miraculum taking control quickly of the pub. Since they still have the Sombra, they really want that big health pack, and they are really gonna push in right here, because in this area you can just easily go in and out like that to get the health packs, especially with the D.Va. The D.Va can just boost her in and boost her out to get the healing, so you can have a main tank TV on the spot. But really good play from Cruzy putting the trap there. This will delay a bit for, you know, it will delay the transitions for Miraculum. I might even get a kill or two. So Jigama gets shut down right there while he's doing the Death Blossom onto the tank. So it's pretty obvious that Global Esports is aware of where Jikama is and shuts him down immediately. The Discord is already onto him. So if you are on the Reaper, it's a lot easier to get the Death Blossom on like mid clash games. I mid clash clashes like when people have start initiated and everything's chaotic rather than starting with it. Especially as Global Esports was not really panicking because Global Esports set up near the pub already. So they were waiting for Miraculum to come in. You want to use the Death Blossom also to get some stagger kills. So at this point, easy shutdown for the Death Blossom. And now it's a 5v6 in favor of the defense. Tactical Visor also comes up. So the Junkrat right now will pretty much counter the Sombra medpack play right there for the Sombra specifically, because he can easily just spam there and do so much damage. It's more better for the tanks. So yeah, Jikama switches to the Tracer knowing the Reaper Death Blossom doesn't work anymore, and especially that there's no McCree this time. Two ultimate stacking there for Miraculum, so some questionable communication coming in from there. You always wanna use the ult for the player that's not stunned. So Jor already casted the sound barrier first. So as a Zenyatta, you always wanna coordinate with your Lucio, especially as he's casting the sound barrier, because Transcendence is a insta cast compared to the cast time for the Lucio. So since the doubles ult stack actually happened, Miraculum knew this was the only time that they could commit onto the point. Because if you just waste your sound barrier and transcendence like that and not go in, especially on the offense, so you just literally waste two ultimates to defend against nothing. You can see Sachok put up the shield instead of going in, knowing that Miraculum was gonna go into the team due to the commitment from two ultis, and you can see Jikama gets punished immediately by the Zenyatta. Some good plays right there from Miraculum though, getting 3 kills. So this will allow them to push. And yeah, so many engagement. The Sombra popping off right there. So Xenos, the MVP of that clash, not even needing to use the EMP right there. So of course, sometimes any strategy is triumphed by your DPS destroying everyone. And in that case, the Sombra did so much damage. Jesus, 19 health, I know, right? Very, very clutch. So, and I was told in this series that there are so many situations that people came off with so little health, and that was one of them. But it's more on the side for global, and we will see that later on. So Graviton comes out for red team, and defense actually gets to hold. So they do commit their 3 ultimates right there for that engagement. So let's actually watch that part one more time, because I need to check that out real quick. So here, them not getting the kill onto Archangel right there pretty much bit them super heavily. Look at that, like 7 HP or something before Archangel got the med back and come back around, and no one chased him. Instead, Miraculum still had some time to actually chase after the Zarya, but instead called for a return to the payload, and this bit them in the ass right there, because they could still committed onto the Zarya quite a bit, even if as Fascinate was almost ready with the Primal Rage. So if he committed right there, popped the Primal Rage as he was being supported by Jordan, maybe could have displaced the Zarya for that second checkpoint. So sometimes you really just want to go for these kills, especially if you see someone just get healed up by a health pack rather than a support hero. Pretty good switch though there from Hotshot Kid, knowing the Ana is more necessary rather than the Lucio, because the Ana will provide some long range healing, and both the Tracer and the Sombra are still in the second part. So really good switch right there. You need the Lucio to get back to a engagement, but since Global Esports didn't get fully wiped, they didn't need to reset up, and the Zarya surviving right there just gets them the play with, as Judge did use the Transcendence before the EMP came out. So healing was already done for in favor of global esports. Quick trade right there, but the Graviton will even these things out. I mean, rather swing things in favor of global esports. The Soldier 76 ult was kind of wasted right there, but beyond that, really good clutch play there from global. Really good call from Hotshot Kid. And if Miraculum just sometimes Miraculum in the it's like a tale of two things. That first time Miraculum overextended, got punished, and the second time Miraculum underextended and got punished. So as a main tank, you you can always go for the overextend rather than the underextend if you have your ultimate very close by, especially if you support with you, because the Lucio can pretty much get out of the dodge really quick. And sadly, Miraculum will be forced to retreat. So very unlucky timing right there with the health pack punishes Miraculum, and since they didn't chase after it, they are gonna have to try to retake the payload. The G, don't be makulit. So as my dog scampers around, here are some engagements. Global Esports, very aggressive positioning right here. Since, okay, this is very simple logic right here. The moment the Winston dies, there is no barrier available. Earth Shatter is free, and here comes a cleanup once again from Global. This should go heavily in Global Esports' favor. Really good kills right there from Zyril, and good damage coming in from Cenas right now. But that's a full retreat that should come out from Miraculum. When your Winston dies like that and the Earth Shatter is available, you are gonna get heavily punished right there, and that's exactly the story of that clash. So Miraculum right now still sticking with the Tracer Soldier 76 this time. The Soldier 76 is a pretty good pickup right here, especially with the so I like the Soldier 76 pick because you can take the top ground here, but you can also play the Junkrat right now, but it's all up to the preference of the DPS. Depends on the displacement of the enemy team. So it's up to Fascinate and Jikama to force a displacement so the soldier can have some free hits. And on the other hand, there is a counterplay by Global Esports on the Ana for the Transcendence of Zyril. So the Biotic Grenade will be key. Jikama with the kill on to 1, but the 2 DPS immediately fall from Global East on Miraculum side. So this is gonna be a fight of tanks and supports. The Transcendence right there actually reaches the tank, so really good play from Zyril right now, repositioning behind the tanks alongside Jorun. So this is a very trade engagement coming in. It'll be up to the people who goes for proper priorities. And once again, the Shatter connecting, but Sachik was too low right there, and he gets taken down. So when you're running the Ryan against a dive, the moment the barrier hero dies on the other side, it's so easy to hit that Earth Shatter right there. But so much damage can come from the dive comp, and yeah, super well played. That wasn't in that last fight. That wasn't a matter of like strategy, right? There was a matter of grit, and Miraculum came out on top. Really good spot there from Grant to take out the Ana. Can easily bully heroes with the Diva, especially when you see someone so far away and there is less mobility from the side of the other team. So Miraculum has 4 ultimates right here, and they have the really good ult advantage right now. They know they saw the Earth Shatter come up. They know they saw the Tactic Visor used last. So they are expecting at least the Graviton or the Transcendence. Most likely the Transcendence, because Graviton takes way too long to actually charge. So they should... We'll see here if Miraculum will go for the pick onto the Zenyatta. Here comes Jikama right now in the backline. Tops the pulse bomb. Doesn't get anyone, however. And now the 2 ultimates are available for Global Esports, as Grant does get killed onto the Zarya. Really though gets the kill onto the Zenyatta. So the Doomfist right there is not exactly what I was talking about. Very risky, but very rewardful as well. So this is a very even fight coming in from both teams, and this swings in favor of Global Esports with that tactical visor. If I mean, I don't wanna nitpick too much on Tracer play because it's really hard to hit those pulse bombs, but obviously if your Tracer hits everything, gets those pulse bomb sticks and one clips, you easily win the fights. On the other hand, the self-destruct right there, well, did get the Zarya, so maybe Miraculum should have punished the uh the people who took cover here instead, since they were out of position. A self-destruct either forces an enemy to move forwards or backwards away from you, and when you see a player come forwards to you, it's a lot easier to punish them, especially that the entire enemy team is zoned out from positioning themselves to protect that hero. And if you have the Lucio anyway, you can boop them like forward or backward as well to adjust the enemy. So yeah, the little things sometimes do win you clashes when you have a ultimate coming out. So Miraculum has to transcend. Chikama though, it's very notable that Chikama gets those pull zones really fast. Very good play from the Tracer. Pops it right there, but sadly doesn't get another one. And the sun does come out from a... What the hell? Sachok actually got the charge on Chikama of all things and gets punished for fascinating, but sad. Sometimes if you're a Zenyatta and you can see the charge coming in, you might want to tank the charge just in case. Because if you can see the charge, we'll just go to the center part anyway, and it's still close enough to heal your Reinhardt. So a little judgment call, little things, just the little things do matter in high level gameplay. So yeah, there is less damage now coming in from Miraculum. Graviton comes out, good protection right there, but just a very good entry point from Global Esports right now. Just destroys Miraculum right there and takes the that should take the map for Global Esports. So the two key problems of the attack of Miraculum was the underextend right there. To if they captured the second point a lot faster, they would have more time to work with it. And the second they call it, the second small mistake that they did was they didn't punish the players coming in forward. And in that last part, let's just check real quick. In that last part, they did see the God, which was this is Global Esports' attack. This is what I hate about hours long VODs, because it's so hard to just scroll around. And since I can't play them on Mayhem anyway, can't even draw on them. Next to Lil Rax. Lil Rax played extremely well in this fight. So the problem with Miraculum this whole game was their DPS picks were better suited for different portions that they didn't do so. The Sombra came in when it was a McCree and Junkrat of all players, when instead you should have ran the Genji, honestly, right there. Or maybe the Widowmaker, or even the Widowmaker. Yeah, the Widowmaker would be good. So it's small things right there. You need to adapt to the situation. If you guys saw the New York Excelsior game, one of those New York Excelsior games, I forgot which one. They were playing on Volskaya, and the moment they didn't see the Sombra, they all went back to spawn and switched. So if you guys don't be afraid to, if you don't get a pick anyway, if it's just a stall in those first 15 seconds, look at their lineup. Look at what they're gonna play and adjust accordingly, especially if you're on the attack, because during the attack you have the closer spawn, you have the advantage in trades, and if you play counters right and your team is flexible enough to actually play those counters, you can easily win clashes beyond mechanical skill. What do you want? Did you eat na ba? You want anything? Okay, darling. So what can you say about the game, Claire?
I know nothing about it.
Okay, very good. Proud of you.
Overwatch.
Basta it's Overwatch. Congratulations. So King's Road does go in favor of Global Esports right there. And one thing to note is Miraculum and Global Esports all are very close in the sense that they scrim a lot. So in these situations, Miraculum was probably bringing out strategies that global esports they have not seen, or some experimental things. No, don't bite that. Don't bite that. Kick. Kick what? Cause dog, yeah. My dog wants to VOD review with me. So if you guys don't know, the VOD is muted right now because I really don't want to listen to the casters again. So here we are in Volskaya. Never mind that this is the second map in this best of 3, and Global Esports does have the. By the way, I sent you a VOD. On Facebook. Sure, I'll check it out later. Because since obviously down there it says Miraculum Esports, so that's my team. I have to prioritize this first, and yeah, I might do a VOD review again tomorrow. Maybe, yeah. If you guys have any community sent VOD reviews, send them to me so I can make a pre-show before every scrim. Like I'll do some VOD reviews before scrims, and our tentative schedule for the week is down below. The Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the 3 scrim dates. Beyond that is bonus content, and I'll announce it on the activity log and the Facebook page. Yes, of course. Thank you. Thanks for sending me one though. I will deliver. I'll check it out. Quick question. What's your peak SR and what's your main role again? I think you support, right? I know you sent me a tank VOD, but I just want to know so I can understand from your playstyle. For 4088 support main, so low GM. Pretty much kind of where I ended before I stopped caring about competitive. Stop biting me. What is this? Hi Daddy Daks. Hi Nixer. Welcome to the stream. I don't know, I feel like I'm really bad at tank. Sometimes it does too. It's like, especially if you have a support mindset, you always want to stay at the back, but then you're at the tank now, so you have to stay at the front. It's very disorienting. So go ahead, Nixer, if you have anything to send me that's not a fucking Mercy VOD, I will be willing to check it out. If I see a Mercy VOD, I will immediately delete it, by the way. I feel like any kind of coaching or viewing is good. Thank you for believing in me though. So yeah, I'll check it out real soon. Don't send me mercy shit. I'll just be like hold left click and then delete Overwatch. Okay, anyway. So who's on the attack first? Fucking this overlay is so bad. I'm so critical, but dude, I do a one-man production and I just want to see like quality in Overwatch get better. So yeah, so Miraculum is on the attack first. This is a Sombra map, Volskaya running the Sombra Tracer, so okay. This is okay. So far this is okay. This is an okay what do you call this? Okay lineup to start with. But honestly, looking at the lineup of GE right now, this is a complete play Genji lineup. Cause you see Cruzy on the Tracer will be shut down by the Sombra, and Jakama right now should play the Genji instead of the Tracer, because not only will the Genji be able to wall climb and do acrobatics and shit, but at the same time the Soldier 76 is set up here. This is the perfect, actually this is the perfect boss because you can see exactly what the Soldier 76 can see. So Jakama has to go through here to flank him, and he'll be spotted like that. If he goes through here to the right, he'll be spotted here, and he goes through here, he'll be spotted here. I mean, if he goes through here or here in the back, he'll be spotted as he goes in by any of the 3 players right here so far. So the Tracer right now is in such a bad spot. I'm quitting, unmod me. Hey, don't quit. Just don't send me those kinds of mods. Oh, that's my Streamlabs thing working? Okay, let me just check something up real quick. Because I think, oh fuck. Oh yeah, whoops, never mind. I can't use a browser right now. Okay, no, I'm just gonna open my Streamlabs real quick so you guys can see some amazing whatever action. Still burst Mercy. Yeah, you are. You're really good Mercy. So yeah, okay. Streamlabs is open. I'm just trying to make sure something is working. Anyway, we are. Let's go back. So yeah, as I was talking about sightlines, really good positioning here from Global to start off things. So they'll be able to see exactly what Miraculum's doing, and they actually spot out the someone coming in from back. I forgot. I think I could see who. It was like a blur, but yeah, they knew someone's in the back row right now, and they have positioned accordingly, going to the other side. So in Volskaya, Volskaya A, you can totally use this part for anyone without any vertical abilities to just get through the point. Soldier 76 is a really good pick right here because he can just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth if need be. Nixer, sup to Nixer. Ooh, hey look, it's a verified guys. Hello, Zeke Blade. Nixer is my mod because he fucking does all the commands for me, and he's a mercy main. So shout out to Nixer and Volley, who are my two main mods. I think I have a bunch of other mods, but they don't do it as much as Nixer and Volley do. He is my bae. Thank you. Haha. Thanks, Nixer. So yeah, Global Esports right now has positioned on the opposite sides, which will mean that Miraculum will have to use abilities, or at the very least go through here to actually go to an engagement against Global Esports. Jordan did get the kill onto Satchok, so really good play right there. And here comes the dive coming in. So you can see right now, ooh, the Translocate kind of bad right there from Xenos, and that extra damage could have meant the difference. As was that Translocate bad, or was it because the Soldier 76 went down? Let's check out the Soldier. He gets zapped down. Okay, so good shot down there onto the Lucio, however, but I can see that Xenos actually wanted to go for the Soldier instead, pressing the E a little too early right there. So I can just got my new like, oh nice. I can hear you rage better and get rid of more sponsors. I mean, ooh, where was I?
Gotta believe.
Oh, hello to ooh, there you go. Hi Ivo, thank you for the follow. And I think Zeke played followed me a while ago. That's why I checked my Streamlabs. Anyway, so the Diva right now is playing displacement. You can see Hotshot Kid doing some damage to Grandis Auto right now. So very good dive so far from Miraculum, splitting up the team. But this little extra damage right here might have been the deciding factor of the engagements beyond the flank from Cruzy. So sometimes in a dive comp like this, instead of Xenos going in with the dive, you can use you can use the Zenyatta as bait for Xenos to do anti-dive things to Cruzy. That's a very judgment call depending on the enemy's team. They're both strategies are correct. You can do the dive or you can do the anti-dive. Both will work out if you get the kill. But in this part, they don't get the kill. The Sombra misses the Translocate by barely a second and does have a good consolation prize on the Lucio. However, Lucio completely uses right now against the Sombra with the new patch. And Hotshot Kid does fall. Beyond that, boom, everyone in Miraculum dies. And where's Jordan? Jordan's still getting peeled right here. Gets chased down and he decides to kill himself. Well, so Global Esports with that really good defense and that part playing really well with the space that they made. Really good sightlines. The sightlines are so key on Volskaya. I'm just gonna roam around, see you, cheers. Thanks. So yeah, thanks Eplay for propping up Pornhub.com ASMR. Oh my god, is that ASMR? Assassin's Creeds. Okay. Anyway, let's get back into the review. So Miraculum right now doing this strategy once again, going to the right. Those get spotted out, however. So they know Miraculum will go for it. So Miraculum has not actually gotten control of the health pack down there yet. So that's or rather maybe have lost control. But that's something Miraculum has to do first in this engagement. The stuck right there on the tree. Okay, no questions asked. Good play there from Cruzy, really. Miraculum was gonna go in to take control of the center, but Cruzy just clutches it, gets 3, and no harm, no foul in strategy wise. Ooh, some replay system though. Production value, guys. Like, there's nothing to complain about that. That was the perfect stick on the 3. And the cleanup just there. Hikama though did get killed onto Lilorax, but sadly Lilorax was on the soldier. So that's not a trade you wanna do. What a trade you wanna do is a kill onto the Zenyatta. Or especially the DMEC onto Archangel. You'd go for either the less mobile heroes, or in the case of Diva, the hero with the second life. Because without the mech, you can easily dive onto someone because there's no defense matrix. Production VODs only. I wish we had that, wish we play shits. I don't know how they did it I think it's just basically they render it twice and the recording just plays out with a delay or whatever it's called.
May kabit ka daw.
See, Nixer yun Anyway, good kill, good dive there from Miraculum, going for the kill onto the soldier. They knew the soldier was a really good threat. And here comes the trades coming in. Renzel is the only one who has fallen right now. Sadly, didn't get the mech at any time. And what the hell is this camera work? Why are you going on the tracer? Ooh, really good hack there to shut down the global esports. And Zyril actually gets to spot out the Winston. And another good hack there from Xenos to go for the Winston rather than the soldier. So Miraculum calls out the ultimate ready and gets the kills right there. So global esports right now looks like they will be conceding the point. And that defense, global just got caught out with that really good EMP. Sachok played interestingly with like hiding right there, but since Miraculum knew that Sachok was a little too far and still at full health, he wouldn't pop the primal rage anytime soon. So they went for the other targets instead. Good target prioritization from Miraculum. Now it's the second point coming in here with around 4 minutes. Kailan ka rin magpapa-pink hair, Daks? Putang ina. Hard pass.
Anong color mo gusto?
Green and orange. What face? Ooh, stick there from Jikama. That recall. Almost didn't get that recall, however. So, Fat Finger maybe? Soundbarrier does come up, and that soundbarrier was pretty key right there. Sad, if they got to shut down that soundbarrier, they wouldn't have to contend with so many other random things right now. And Miraculum does get the first tick, however. Sachok now. They knew Sachok had the Primal Rage, so this is another good constellation prize with the Sombra. You can hack the Primal Rage, so no jumps will be available. And yeah, they're getting the kills left and right here on Miraculum's side. Sound Barrier does come up as there to protect the Winston. It's something from Comic Con. Besides bad print, that's why I got it for free. So the sound barrier protecting the 2 tanks, good call right there. Zyril is ready with the Transcendence as well, so they may want to stack this up. Yeah, I'm just getting kills left and right. Here comes the Doomfist, however, and the Sombra immediately hacks. That's what I was talking about. The Sombra shuts down the Doomfist so heavily. And Miraculum should be able to take this. Here comes the Judge with his Transcendence. And I'm keeping an eye out on Zyril now. Zyril getting those kills though. And Miraculum easily takes the second point. Very, very well done there by Miraculum. If you had to complain, maybe they could have gotten the sound barrier before it dropped. But beyond that, it was really good right there. Sachong Falcon is the main character. Ask one, sorry. Which one?
Kobayashi.
Oh, yeah, I don't fucking clue what that is with.
It's like an anime with dragon maids.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Just one.
Dragons. Sachok. I think I still remember us playing with Global on Smurfs. It was really funny. Like 6v6 Smurfs versus Smurfs. So yeah, we are 3 hours away from the community scrims and we've done 1 map. So sakto lang yung 4 hours I think na pinaplan ko maybe for VOD reviews, because it also gives you a lot of time to talk to people. I can totally just equal VOD reviewing. It's like watching YouTube. I'm literally watching YouTube while talking to people. Should we make a radio show na ba? I wish I was a
Are
cute
you
girl
gonna
though.
give advice?
Love life advice.
Oh,
Wow.
you're gonna be so harsh.
It's time. It's time. It's time for PUBG Radio to come back, guys. Clip this. Clip this and send this to Moonscar.
Like you're just gonna break their hearts.
Let's check out how many people are said yes to the scrim so far. 7 people pa lang? You guys don't wanna play scrims? Okay, fine. No scrims. I'll just play StarCraft on the stream. Oh no. Tampo ako.
Pati sa kanila.
Oo, tampuhan ako. Anyway, let's see the defense right now. Let's pause this real quick. The defense right now, they're running the Sombra again, and the Zenyatta and the Ana. So yeah, Sombra right now is more of a DPS. Ayong babies ko. Yan lang. Kaya bahala. Basta may nag-scrim mamaya, okay lang ako. Clip mo yan, tas send mo kay ano, tag mo si Moonscar sa Overrush. So yeah, so Miraculum is gonna go for the dive defense right here. So the problem with their defense lineup right now is half their healing and half their damage is heavily shut down by a single barrier or a defense matrix. So it is very, very... Miraculum has to play very, very position-wise in this defense, or else they're gonna have a 4v6 every time, even if they have 6 members alive. This time, I would actually have wanted to see the Tracer, or maybe the Genji, come out for Miraculum. So, Global Esports on the other hand, with the Valkyrie already knowing what's gonna be coming out. I, for one, don't believe too much actually in Doomfist pick at starts. Like, a Doomfist is a very good clutch pick, but not a sustained pick. The Meteor Strike isn't a ultimate good enough to, like, build towards. It's more of an escape slash instant DPS kind of thing. What are you doing, baby?
I'm checking out an anime.
Okay. So you see, Global Esports right now, knowing that Miraculum is on the left side, they are going to the right. Some damage coming in from Cenos, but since they're sticking together this closely, they are not getting taken down because there is no commitment coming in from Miraculum right now. Just right there, Judge gets a kill onto Cenos. Really good play there from Judge, who's getting some free hits. Good positioning coming in from the Zenyatta right now. And Miraculum... So this is what I was talking about. Since Miraculum is blocked by barriers, Zyril and Jikama are forced to fight within the circle. So it's a Thunderdome right here. Look at this. Zyril is healing up his team, yes, but then suddenly gets spotted out and gets focused down by the dive comp of Global Esports, taking down the Ana right there. So maybe I don't think the Ana is a very good pick in this defense. I would rather see the Lucio actually come out for Miraculum. And it's also kind of questionable that they set up there instead of here, because they have a Sombra. They have a Sombra. Why aren't they setting up here in the big one? They set up in the random ass second floor where there's no med pack whatsoever. On the second floor, so the tank is at the bottom, and they don't have any vertical movement beyond the tanks to actually utilize those med packs. Like if they had the Lucio could go back down and get the med pack to top up the full immediately and go back up with really good wall ride. No Tracer for Volskaya defense Monka S. Yeah, I kinda don't like the soldier pick, but more so I don't like the Ana pick. So the soldier pick though is a little more safe in a sense that if you already run the Sombra and you also have the Tracer, the McCree can very, very easily wipe out your DPS line. It's the Sombra Tracer on defense is a very all-in kind of approach, and sometimes you want to play it safe, but in that situation the positioning from Miraculum is much less desired. I would have rather seen Miraculum go for the med pack and being healed by the Ana from afar, because if they fight downstairs instead and the Ana hides, still the engagement does happen. Their only problem is what I said a while ago, the healing will be blocked by the barrier. and that will give them a better chance rather than fighting with the Ana in the middle of everything. Because if you're gonna do that, why not just play the Moira? Why not just play the Lucio? Why not just play the Mercy? Yeah. So, hello Doggy. Hello Doji. You okay? You comfy? So Global Esports is just going for the point right now. Straight on. You always want to do this in assault map. Why? I'm not a dog. Sambar did come out there, and the Transcendence as well. So another miscue once again coming in. So the Lucius Zenyatta is the easiest to miscue with the ults. Uh, and anyway, you wanna use the Transcendence when the Biotic Grenade is on cooldown. But since it, like, you wanna use the Sound Barrier if your team gets Bio Grenaded. If your team is all purple, you hit that Q button to get everyone with some blue shields. On the other hand, you see the Biotic Grenade used, you can totally go in with Transcendence now. And so the support's not meshing well right now with the team, but whatever. Let's see how this engagement goes the way of Global Esports. Yeah, we get DMEC on to ground right there. But very interesting trades coming in from Miraculum so far. Xenos does get taken down once again. Did he have the EMP? He actually held the EMP for quite a while. He should have used the EMP a little earlier and taken down the Zenyatta right here. Let's see. This is the no. Okay. Look. Xenos is spotted out there. Maybe should have used the EMP at some time. Went in onto the backline instead. Because the Sombra fighting in the middle of everything isn't that good. Especially with the EMP, you can easily shut down the Zenyatta, move him to 50 HP, cancel that Deadeye right there. You can risk naman the translocate against the Deadeye. If you do it fast enough, you can get that EMP out. Hey, this is Narius. Welcome to the stream. Also to 99. And yeah, so Global Esports right now with such a good advantage. Getting the kill onto Chikama as well. Good, really good self-destructor from Grand. I think so. Grand actually gets a kill onto Sachok with the Bunny Blaster, and at the same time gets a kill onto Archangel, who was still in pilot mode. And that, if you guys see, since we were on Lerax, see how much it forced Lerax to back off and do nothing in those 3 seconds. So sometimes that self-destruct being 3 seconds is actually not detrimental to your team, because yeah, you have 3 seconds to work with. It's 3 seconds that people are panicking, people are trying to take cover, and only the best of the best can easily get their shots at the same time run away to a specific location. So you guys asking what I'm listening to, this is basically it's a studying girl lo-fi stuff. And I just like playing some lo-fi when I do stream things. So the defense so far holding. Ooh, Zyril almost gets 1 clip right there. So babe, your phone's giving static.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just want to look at that again today. So yeah, Cruzy goes in. Actually could have gotten the 1 clip right there onto Zyril, but sadly, you know, it's not, no one's aim is perfect. So Miraculum doesn't have the chance right now to back off and get the kills, and that's exactly what they're doing. Good calls there from Miraculum. Zyril overreacting like half a second too late, but beyond that, good defense for the PH squad. Setting up accordingly. They have the big health pack right there, hacked up, and they might be able to use that as a forward position for the defense of Volskaya. So this is an okay defense right here. Maybe if I had nitpick, maybe I want to see a translocator already on the other side for Xenos, so he can just swoop around. But now he's gonna use the translocator instead to go for a EMP, and he gets the Diva. That's the thing. I think it's a Diva, but that's pretty much it. Not the best EMP so far from Xenos, and this gives a lot of space for Lerax and Judge to work with. since they used the EMP pretty early. Like EMP is a pretty mid-class kind of thing. If I mean EMP is a very good mid-class ultimate if the enemy isn't bunched up yet. But you know, usually you see the enemy bunching up for a push. So how Global Esports played it was they split up their heroes. The Diva was on the left side of ish, and the McCree and the Zenyatta were on the middle, and the Winston was on the right. So they could just dive in like that onto the central point. And since the Sombra burnt the EMP on the Diva, yeah, that gave Global Esports so much space to work it, and getting those kills right there, we'll be able to seal the point. Good nano boost right there though, in the air for the Winston. So basic coordination with ultimates, but it's not enough. And yeah, I don't like the Ana pick for too long here for Miraculum. I honestly I don't like the Ana pick for that first point. The second point, the Ana was a lot better, but yeah. What's up? I don't know. I don't care. It's my stream. So if you guys, once again, if you guys have any VODs you want to send my way, also, I might make this into a pre-show as well. Like, especially if you guys know me enough, or you know, so I know of you enough, whatever. If not, you know, it's also a subscriber perk. You know, I just made tiers, pero if I have nothing better to do, I might as well provide some services for subscribers and stuff like that. What country is GE from? India. So basically, this whole tournament, you can see down the sponsors. Uh, this is an Indian Open tournament, and Miraculum came in third, GE came in second, and Team NGV came in first. Fun fact about NGV, I think they're coached by a Filipino guy too. So shout out to the NGV guys as well. Their talent is really good though. I don't know. NGV played like all the way from lower bracket all the way to the win. So kudos to them. And hopefully we get to play them again sometime in the future. G, are you okay? Why are you so hot? Hey, cutie. Oh, anyway, here's the attack coming in from Miraculum. So once again, they're going for the Tracer Sombra, and this time, this is a very key difference. In the first round, Little Axe was on the Solar 76, but now they are on the McCree, which will be a very heavy punishment for the Sombra Tracer. So we'll see if Miraculum will actually switch up their heroes, because there is the Tracer as well. No Genji coming in from both teams. I haven't seen a Genji. Actually, I haven't seen a Genji in this full series. Genji would be such a strong pick right now for Miraculum's side, especially as the Sombra will be able to deal with the Tracer. So it used to be the Sombra Tracer thing was a matter of skill, but now Sombra is in such an advantage with a .65. McCree defense seems a bit cocky. Honestly, the McCree defense is well scouted because they know that Miraculum is running these Sombra compositions, and if you watch the league, especially on Volskaya, you see the McCree so much. But it's mostly on the attacking part, like McCree's on the attack, the Sombra's on the defense. This is a good topsy-turvy shit too. The cocky part though is instead of running the Mercy or the Moira, they're running the Zenyatta. Because if you're running the McCree and the McCree gets dove on, he can die pretty easily. But you know the DPS is countered. But whatever, the tanks can do so much damage. The Mercy is there for that res and for that damage boost. On the other hand, they're going for the Zenyatta Discord instead. So that's a little questionable, a little confident coming in from Global. But yeah, we'll see how they're gonna play this. The McCree right now being in the backline sees the barrier being used now. He can get some free shots right here, and Judge is actually more or less babysitting the McCrees, akin to a Mercy. So maybe it's a matter of preference for the team. I think Judge likes to play the Zenyatta better than the Mercy. Switch for attack and defense, haha. Yeah. And as such, it's a good thing to see the defense adjust accordingly. Oh, see, look at that. The McCree shutting down the Sombra right there as he translocates. And Miraculum is forced back. Jordan now trying to skate away. Will he get that away? No, he goes down. The G! Ow! Babe, the dog. Can you get the G? The G being makulit.
The G.
So Jikama there with the pulse bomb. So this is a 5v6 right now for Miraculum. Will they be able to actually take the point? So Jikama knows that the McCree has to be dealt with, and here comes Grand Soldier right now. Discord is right there. Oh, that combat roll is really well positioned. So in here, Miraculum was a little baited out by Global Esports as Fascinate was booped out. This left Grandis Auto all alone, especially here. The corner, you can't shoot past this. You have to use some blinks. So very well positioned there by Global, and this should take down the Diva, and Archangel actually fell. So that is a 4v5. Still in favor of Miraculum right now. Oh, Jordan though gets spotted out by the McCree as he's wall riding up. At the same time, Jacama's inside, so Jordan can't actually help him. So that's a questionable position there by the Lucio right there. Going for the McCree all alone. And Zeril as well was dueling against the Lucio. So the two supports went down to the McCree with their really interesting position. Winston left Diva against the McCree. No, Winston didn't leave Diva. The Winston got booped by Hotshot Kid. You can see the... Let's move back a bit. Okay. So here we go. Look at that. He jumps in, then gets booped away. See that? See that? See that? Wait, after mirror. Yeah, after mirror everything I do because the camera's like that. So he goes like that way because he gets booped up by the Lucio, and the Diva's also defense matrixing the Tracer. So yeah, but this is still heavily in Miraculum's favor until the two supports die. Yeah, this is very interesting here, coming in from Joran, going for the McCree right now because he spots out the McCree low, half HP, but Judge is there playing Mercy right now on the Zenyatta, pocketing the McCree, and there you go. Joran and Zeril die. Transcendence actually is used for the McCree, and here we go. McCree popping off, getting 3, and that should be enough for Global Esports to come back with the rest of their lineup. Sound barrier is used, however, so there should be some clashes on the point. Global though going for the Sombra right now. The Sombra was a little too far to go for the big health pack rather than the small health pack, and this is not in Miraculum's favor. They should have gone committed for that big health pack and just traded the contesting on the payload between the Sombra and Tracer till the Diva came in. So the Sombra is used for 3 to protect the Tracer right now, but here comes Global coming in once again, even gets a kill on the Jordan. So twice now the Lucio has been caught out by random things. So as a Lucio, that's a very common thing, because as a Lucio, your thing is to not die or die last, but sometimes you get tilted in a way that if you die first, you suddenly get you suddenly die to stupid things, like you suddenly get hit by that charge while you're wall riding, or get that self-destruct because you use the other boost for the rest of your team. And as such, so there is an engagement coming in right now for the two teams, but that's enough for Miraculum to get a kill. They could have gotten it a lot faster if that McCree didn't pop off and get the two supports right there. But so far, so good for Miraculum that they actually caught the 3rd point. So right now, Fascinate is setting up in the middle. This gives Miraculum a lot of space to work with because they will have a barrier against Lilorax. Lilorax though uses Deadeye from the side, and really good Transcendence there from Zyril to counteract this, body blocking and cancelling out the Deadeye icon onto himself. Right now, ooh, there's a pulse bomb that sticks onto Archangel, but Jikama. Okay, so in this engagement, this was uh a little impertinence coming in from the Tracer, because the Tracer went for the engagement here, but he already knew the McCree was on the right side. So the McCree takes advantage of this, gets the flashbang, actually blinks back, because since Jikama got the stick onto Archangel, so Archangel is pretty good also with his positioning, going for Jikama, forcing him to blink backwards. Could have actually blinked forwards, but that was a little bit of a judgment error from Jikama right there. And yeah, gets the kill onto the Tracer. So half a DPS there from Miraculum is gone, and Cenos is pretty far from Tactical Visor. So once again, but really honestly, this second point is still just continuation of the first point. The second point, Lurax has been popping off with the McCree. The McCree is on fire with his aim, and when your aim is just getting all those kills, you just feel like you'll never miss. Really confident play here from Lurax. So right now the McCree is still being used because the McCree has been able to shut down the Tracer so far. Seeing as though all the Sergeant 6 has been really good on his play. So yeah, 10 seconds remaining. So Miraculum will have to do a desperation heave right here. And the going straight to the point with the speed boost. I really want to kill onto the Lucio. And it's actually a very good dive coming in from Global Esports in this part. So what happened here is they get the Discord immediately onto Joran. Look at this part. Joran is called out in 3, 2, 1. Gets hammered by a McCree thing, and the Discord is coming in right there. So he gets headshotted already. He already gets headshotted, and then the Discord is coming in to him as well as he's wall riding. So since the goal here of Global Esports is not to actually get a kill onto Joran, but to kill onto Zyril, so Zyril used the Transcendence in the last engagement. But since Joran was discorded up, they just the Winston turned around a bit to get some damage done onto Joran and Zyril at the same time, and Lurax got the kill because Lurax is positioned on the high ground as well. So the Lucio is punished for his wall ride. Zyril does fall as well. Now 2 supports are down, and that is the beginning of the end for Miraculum here in this game. Which Desperation self-destruct right there gets no one. So twice now, Grandes Autos self-destructs have done nothing. On to the point. But yeah, really good play so far from Miraculum, though contesting and keeping alive. But since they didn't have any supports available, they just went down. And in that clash, the Zenyanos are maybe a little too close, or no one was able to peel for the Zenyatta rather as well. Maybe the Zenyatta should have been in the middle, while Joran was doing these wall ride things to go try to displace the players on the. So I could say that Joran might have been looking for the McCree to displace him to the middle ground, so that he has to fight onto the point against the tanks. But sadly, the McCree was on the other side instead, and he just gets punished so easily right there, getting taken down by a quick 2 headshot combo from the McCree. And yeah, now Global Esports is on the defense. They need to capture the map fully to get the win here. So if you're wondering, no, I can't get rid of those icons down below. It's part of the VOD. So free advertising for the Indian things right there. So shout out to Global Esports, shout out to XP Coin, shout out to Chennai Esports, Cooler Master, and LXG, whatever those things are. Thank you guys for having the tournament though and having us. So and we hope to be able to join once again in a future tournament for Miraculum. So now Miraculum is running the Soldier 76 this time on defense. This is a very standard play, very safe play from Miraculum. Running the Zenyatta Ana again. So this time the Ana is a little better because they have the Soldier instead. I mean, what did they have a while ago? I actually forgot. Actually, let's check. I might be too hypocritical right now. Let's check real quick. What did they have for defense? Where is that? Where is the defense of Miraculum? This is the attack of. Oh, no. Oh, they had the Sombra a while ago, so the McCree was a very needed pick. So since they in this situation, Miraculum knew they were gonna use the McCree against the Sombra Tracer, but now they have the Soldier, and the Soldier is a very good pair with the Ana because the Soldier can Biotic Field, so they can stand their ground, especially the Biotic Grenade. At the same time, the Nano Boost is really good with the Visor because the Nano Visor is such a strong combination. What time is that? And I think I skipped 2 bits. I skipped too much. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, engagement right here. Miraculum right now defending really well. So see, you can see this lineup working better, but the players on the other side. So Miraculum was split up into two, and they won the engagement on the left, and but lost engagement two on the right, because the tanks can't be whittled down fast enough by Zenyatta, Ana, and Soldier 76. They actually died in that order. So if you have these three heroes right there, you have those three heroes. What you want to do is maybe pop down Biotic Field and try to grenade. Your priority grenading is yourself first. I mean, you grenade your Ana, your Zenyatta, and your Soldier 76. You put the Harmony probably on the Soldier, or I think probably on the Soldier, and the Ana will prioritize healing on the Zenyatta. Because they have the Diva and the Wisdom. Once the Diva uses those micro missiles, there's less damage, but the Diva actually got to whittle down Jordan to an immediate death. So yeah, once you see the dive coming, you want to get set up immediately in those half to 1 second durations, because this can still take this. This three can actually still take these if played properly with a lot of healing. Alright, now Fascinate and Grandis Auto trying to clean up for the rest of the team. Okay, baby. And as I said, the attack is always better off in a trade against the defense right here, as the attack is coming back. On the other hand, Joran is now forced to switch to the Lucio to ferry his team. It's a good switch right there, but at the same time, the fact that they had to switch to the Lucio from the Zenyatta wastes all the ult charge they've gotten on the Zenyatta. And Fascinate was the only one left on the point to actually defend, so he actually goes down to a sustained volley from the rest of Global Esports, because you know, if it's a 1v4 or 1v5, you're gonna die eventually unless you're like fucking Crusher 99 or whatever. So we do have their Global Esports easily taking the point, and Miraculum had to back off pretty much, so they won't be able to get steamrolled on the second point, because yeah, it's just one take. Commodore with the kill on Cruzy. Hotshot kill was a little late to the sound barrier, but more on better play right there from Jakama, out DPSing Cruzy in that situation. But now so much free fire coming in from Global Esports. So what happened here was there were 3 people on the point right there. Grand gets DMEC, and also another person leaves, so it's only Grand right now on the point, I believe. No, oh, so it was only Grand on the point, and Grand has to back off right there because he's in baby diva mode. He desperately needs that diva, and Fascinate took a little while to get back to the point. This is actually good and bad for Miraculum. Miraculum was played it perfectly. They played off point enough that they didn't lose the point. But at the same time, if you're gonna play off point like that, you really need to get the kill onto someone. And Miraculum failed to do that, as Zyril actually gets taken down by the Soldier 76 with that slight line right there. Zyril was maybe a little too busy focusing on the scope, and the Sleep Dart wasn't available. So this should be a clean wipe for Global Esports. Primal Rage is there. Does it do enough? The Pulse Bomb gets the DMEC. Oh, the Pulse Bomb doesn't even get the DMEC. Actually gets the kill on the Baby Diva as she comes out of the Self Destruct. So a very well timed Pulse Bomb right there from Cruzy gives Miraculum the loss. So the 2-0 came in for Global Esports, and they moved on to the Grand Finals right there. So in that Volskaya, it might have been better to see Miraculum adjust their picks mid match. I really would have thought a Genji pick right there would be so much better than forcing the Tracer. Also, rather than the Tracer, maybe a Widowmaker, because they play dive so well naman that they force an engagement in the front. So that should give the Widowmaker enough time to get some shots out. And if the Winston does go on to the Widowmaker, this makes the engagement a lot easier for Miraculum. So yeah, that's the first series. And what time is it? It's already 4:30. So that took like 1.5 hours just go. Yeah. I'll take a little quick water break, and I'll be back in like a minute to get to continue the other series, Miraculum versus Team NGV. Thank you guys for tuning in. I actually didn't expect people to keep to pop drop by right now, and because I'm doing this also to record it for Miraculum Music, but thank you guys, and your comments have been uh quite wonderful to see. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to do so down in the comment. And at the same time, if you have any VODs you want to send my way, you can do it on my Facebook page right there. And if you guys like want to share to your friends that there's a content page like this on for the Philippines, just smash that. I mean, follow, give me that follow, and share it with your friends. I'll take a water real quick. Ikaw, do you want anything, baby? You want juice? Oh yeah, tara. I sige, fine, I'll go. You entertain the people first. You sing.
I don't sing.
You don't sing. Go sing. Go entertain people.
No.
Oh, make cold water dali. Why you gonna go na? Ano, did you entertain the people? Why did you entertain the people? You should have thought entertain the people. Now they all left. Wala na. Wala na audience na. Wala na. How do I get subs now? How do I just kidding. Omegle. So hi guys, this stream is sponsored to you by Zesto. Laking Zesto. Fucking 6 peso juice right here.
Also this.
Whatever that is, matcha shit from 7-Eleven. Shout out to the matcha shit from 7-Eleven. And let's get back to watching YouTube a bit more. Yes, darling. There you go.
You should taste it.
Hard pass. I don't like matcha.
Well, it's not matcha. It's green tea.
Coffee. Green tea. Anyway. I put the... You realize why I put the hoodie on, right? Because my hair is a fucking mess.
You don't comb that.
Nah. It's easier to put the hoodie on. Alright, where were we? Oh yeah, we were done with one series. And...
You should be the one singing for them.
I think people would immediately turn it off. So no. Why so pogi ang puta? This guy,
Who's that?
Nixer.
Nexer always watches your stream.
Yeah, he's very supportive because he's my mod and he's my Lodi.
Yeah,
He's the only Mercy main that is okay with me. Oh yeah, I haven't copy pasted here. That's
He is Mercy main?
he's a Mercy main, so he's
Don't
trash.
hate Mercy.
It's okay. I love him for who. Sometimes you just have to accept people for who they are. Okay. No, ayoko.
It's really yummy.
Ayoko. Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot. This isn't my vote, so I have to skip around. So this was the lower bracket finals right here. Miraculum versus Team NGV. I don't understand their logo. Knicks are getting roasted. Always gets roasted on my
Is
stream.
that seriously a...
Diba? Is that seriously a logo?
Is that a
I think-
serious logo or they just...
I think it's a placeholder logo. Kasi, syempre, teams get sponsors first and shit before they have a proper logo.
Nani?
Nani?
Literal nani.
Nani? I don't know. Look, don't hate. They won, so don't hate. Spoiler alert, Team NGV totally won this and won the whole tournament.
Ah, no.
So they actually are gonna play on Kings Row first of all things. So the as I saw the rule set, it was up to the teams to pick the maps, and I guess Kings Row once again has proven to be such a popular map. What?
It was like... It felt like a sip lang.
Namao. Real good, real okay.
State of Zen.
Zenyatta, State of Zenyatta. Okay. By the way, I'm quitting. As what? You're quitting as what? Unmod me. No. Why? Why don't quit? Why are you quitting? Make me sad, my friend. I'm done with you.
What did you do?
Nothing. I didn't do shit. I'm such a good boy. Omega lol.
What's that?
It's a emote.
Bye. From. Oh, it shows up.
Oh yeah, in the meantime. Kunti pa rin. Well, I guess people already assume that there's scrims. Kasi I announced, so whatever. So yeah. Where are we? We are Kings Row. And whatever.
Do you
So,
have like a regular scrim schedule?
I think it's gonna be soon. Ewan ko, wala pa. Pero,
So like people can expect when.
yun nga eh. That's what I'm thinking of. But, most likely, it's gonna be yun nga. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 9 p.m. Ay, 7 p.m. Total lang talaga, baby. So, may naglalandian sa chat ko as Miraculum does set up the defense. What? Why are you taking my chat away? Since I have the second monitor, I have to do that.
Kanta ka.
So, kung nga. Ate, kanta ka naman dyan. Ikaw kasi. So, Miraculum did, learning ako. So, of course, I talked to the team a bit. And, yeah, they are running the Genji right now. The Tracer Genji. So, literally, very, very standardized defense from Miraculum so far. And, ooh, I guess, did they have ping problems this game? Oh shit, they did have ping problems this game. Okay. Is this serious? When does it start? Whatever. Oh, once again, very standard dive for Miraculum. On the other hand, okay, so this is quite a punishing lineup for standard dive right here. They run NGV is running the Roadhog right now. They're going for the triple tank with the Hanzo. So if actually the Hanzo gets those picks, the Roadhog will get those picks for sure. The Roadhog is there to counter the dive. Uh, as is as is tradition. Bullshit hero. Yung slay mo. Oy, Claire, read chat. Uh, as I'm busy, wait lang. I'm trying to discuss this. The Roadhog right here is the standard counter to dive, especially with the complete standard dive lineup. Because the Roadhog used to one shot all these heroes, especially get those DMX. But now, if you actually do the combo right, you can still do so, especially on the Tracer. And yeah, so very good call from NGV running against the standard dive right now. The Hanzo right there is also a good pick, especially with the Sky Arrow to destroy a lot of things.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ro, guys. Thank you, Ro Nixer. So, shout out to Dion. If you check out her singles, Dion, Slay by Dion on Spotify. Oh, there, I plugged your shit now.
Thank you.
Anyway. So, you see Vips there talking to Sonic Arrow on the cinema. This is always to spot out if there's a Tracer or Genji waiting there and to get that immediate pick. And yeah, so the Roadhog going upstairs to try to find someone, but no one is there. And now MGB is gonna go straight to the point. Hanzo with no Zarya, questionable. Why do you think you need the Zarya in this one? The thing about running the Diva over the Zarya in a Deathball lineup is you're banking on a hit scan rather than a projectile or hard damage coming in from the other team. So with this Diva, picking this Diva is to support the Hanzo. If you pick the Diva here, the Diva can go up with the Hanzo. The Diva can defense matrix anything that focuses the Roadhog. And getting the Diva will be able to shut down the Tracer. So the Diva is actually a good substitute for the Zarya in a situation where you're not sure if they're taking the high ground or not. Diva is always a good pick, honestly. And yeah, so the Roadhog immediately gets a pick onto a Tracer. Now this is a very heavy punisher coming in from NGB since the Tracer did fall. The charge connects onto Grand, so that's very like Grand can't even do anything right now. The dive was there since the Tracer fell. Miraculum knew they had to commit to try to get some kills, tried to bring this back. Good call there from Miraculum, but sadly their position was a little exploitable by NGV, especially that charge as Grand landed there, got pooped up a bit by the Lucio. And that's an easy first point for Miraculum. Miraculum right now has been out drafted, so Miraculum switches to the Zarya and Moira. So the Moira is a good pick here in the second part because you can bounce around the alleyways. At the same time, Grand is there on the Zarya to protect against the Roadhog. And exactly as I was talking about, since they're running a Diva, the Zarya is a very good pick against a Diva. Nixer, we're gonna be joining something really soon, but I can't give details about it as of yet. Bawal pa. Yung mga email na send ko. Nevermind. Basta, it's gonna be within the month, that's for sure. So you'll see Miraculum really soon. Shush. Ano pa, hindi pa kasi fully announced eh. So now, we do see Miraculum just being steamrolled right now. Exactly. Well played there by NGV because they used two ultimates there as Miraculum was still reforming. Jakama wasn't in position as of yet to deflect, and they had the ultimate advantage as well since they knew Miraculum didn't do enough damage in that last engagement. So they just went in straight for some kills. Very well played there from NGV. Miraculum could have poked a little more, played a little more poke rather with the DPS to get those ultimates. But since they switched out the Lucio for the Moira. They can't back off as fast. Since NGV on the other hand does have the Lucio, so they can go in straight onto Miraculum and punishes them. It wasn't a matter of positioning, it was just a matter of momentum heavily in favor of NGV right there. Number one team in PH. Sana, uh, we're working hard. That's for sure. So there you go. See, Earth Shatter does connect coming from Duel. He unleashes it as Miraculum's Fascinate was just swinging around, and boom goes the Dynamite as they combo it up. So they actually got the Earth Shatter right there, and good combo with the Roadhog ult coming in from Treaty. But on the other hand, on the backline, there is Xenos with the Dragon Blade right now. So this shifts the direction of the fight, as in literally the direction of the fight, into Miraculous favor as they now forced to go group up in the backline to try to punch the Dragon Blade, and which they do. That's true. That's true that they actually do. So Miraculum does advance right there. Yeah, they do advance right there. They get the kill onto the Genji now, and once again, NGV does not let up the gas pedal. Salvatore unleashes the coalescence in this. So who was let's check the positioning again real quick. So Jikama right here is on the left side. I mean, so yeah, on the right side rather of NGV. And everyone else is on the left side. Grad once again is in the front line. He already uses the barrier right there. So the moment the barrier goes down, Salvatore and the rest of NGV go in onto Miraculum, since there's no more defensive options available for Miraculum. Okay, very weird camera work. And yeah, Granizotta puts the barrier onto Jikama. Very good call there, so he doesn't get hooked up and he can play tank for a little bit. But at the same time, Joran just gets point and clicked by the Moira ult. So the two supports are taken down by the Moira ult of Salvatore, because since Joran fell first, the Biotic Orb could not be used, or the spray also rather could not be used to heal Zerial, and Zerial on the other hand is probably blocked line of sight wise to get any hits onto the Moira. So two supports. The moment the two supports of Miraculum fall, it's pretty much almost game over for Miraculum, unless Jikama can get a super clutch pulse bomb. Since Grant does have the okay. I just want to point out that I was asleep during this fight because I really take a nap and I had no idea what that was gonna happen. So Miraculum with a very good combination right there. The Earth Shower was so good from Fascinate, and the Pulse Bomb was so good. Actually, I don't think the Pulse Bomb was that good. It was the okay. So the Pulse Bomb is there. Used. Oh, the Pulse Bomb was really good. Sticks to the Reinhardt, I believe, and the Graviton was perfectly done. The moment the Pulse Bomb explodes to get 3 kills. So amazing play from Miraculum in that one to bring it back with 3 ultimates. So ultimate economy is actually reset, as in literally in favor of no one. They're pretty even right now with that very clutch play from Miraculum. If Miraculum didn't get that combo right, they would have lost the point and their 3 ultimates. So such a big highlight from Miraculum Esports right now. Like, those are the plays that just make me proud. Make me proud so much. Okay. Anyway, ooh god. Okay, sorry. I was a little too fanboying. So Miraculum right now did push into the pub area, and NGV notices and is going in with the Lucian. Fascinate though is swinging around, gets the Earth Shatter available, and this is a okay Earth Shatter. Gets to the backline, but at the same time, Fascinate was in the middle of everything. So the team is not actually in a good position to come into the engagement to capitalize on the stun. Jikama was there, yes, but at the same time the tanks were retreating since Fascinate was here, so the tanks here turned around to protect team here to get the kill. At the same time, Jikama came in, and Defense Matrix and Roadhog were both already on point to protect the backline. So the position that Miraculum forced NGV to take was in favor of NGV rather of Miraculum, and here comes the steamroll once again with the Lucio. So in this map, I feel like the Zenyatta is not that good compared to the Lucio in this engagement because Miraculum is facing off against the triple tank. Actually, I don't know. And I want to discuss this real quick. Let me think about this real quick. Because obviously the Zenyatta is there to deal with the triple tank. But at the same time, Miraculum is being run over heavily by the triple tank coming in. Because when they get the pick, they just go in for the kill. Then again, okay. Then again, that is the weakness and strength of the lineup. What Miraculum wants to do is put their foot down and not be steamrolled like that. But if they play offensively with their lineup, if they as they played offensively with this lineup, Fascinate was playing pretty offensively right there. This opens when the tanks do fall, this opens the door for the supports to fall, especially with the Lucio on the other team. So NGV is capitalizing on Miraculum playing a hybrid sort of lineup when they should be playing more defensively near the payload, near the choke point, and standing their ground. Because in that fight, the horde. Let's go back a little bit. In this fight, where's Fascinate? In this fight, Miraculum does not have the sightline of this. The Zenyatta can only see here. So the Moira can maybe toss a ball or two, but can't really heal that much if you go too much. And the Zarya does not have that much range. Sinus is up on the top to do some damage, but he's just gonna be poking till he gets the Dragon Blade. So every time Miraculum goes in with a deathball lineup like this, especially without a Lucio, they are in such a disadvantage the moment they lose their front line. Well, why is my thing not on streamer mode, I realized? Give me a sec, guys. Let me just put this up real quick. Why is my thing not synced on Discord? Nani? Nani ko de what? Yeah, so why isn't my thing stream working right? You guys any have tips about that? My fucking streaming thing isn't working right? Or do I have to be playing a game for it to work? Let me open something real quick. Cool, cool.
This anime is cool. Someone just died.
Cool, cool, cool.
Ouch.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah, on if I'm not playing a game, actually, the Discord thing doesn't work properly. So, shout out to Discord for being a piece of shit right there. And let's turn off. I'm gonna be having a game in the background. So, if you guys do want to join the stream through the game, though, Discord link is up. Is Genji a good pick if the other goes triple tank?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's okay. Sinos has it playing okay. He could easily get the pokes, but I would much rather have the Reaper, of course, especially on second point. But at the same time, the thing about having the Genji is you can do some poke damage from a medium distance, and you can play the quote unquote 4v6 with your tanks and supports. If you have the Reaper on the other hand, what your Reaper wants to do is, beyond getting damage onto the tanks, like, I mean, it's beyond today. Your Reaper's main focus, I mean, is to do the damage on the tanks. So if you do run the Reaper, you're gonna play really defensively with your lineup. The Tracer Reaper is a defensive lineup right there. The Tracer will be on with the task to do the flanking. The Reaper will stay with the tanks to do the damage as the tanks do come in. So in this case, for a Hog and DPS Tossers, in that case, this is pretty much a quote unquote mirror comp in terms of mirror comp in the sense of their roles, and that's okay too. It's always okay naman to try to counter the enemy team with a similar lineup, because in a mirror matchup, it's mostly about target prioritization and getting the picks. Yeah, so in that exactly, it's gonna be a shield wars kind of thing, and I guess Miraculum just didn't want to do that. Having a Genji isn't a bad call, that's for sure. It wasn't a bad thing. The Cruiser Genji isn't bad, but yeah, the Reaper could have been better. But the thing was, if you look at try to come back to the momentum of the game, the Genji almost had Dragon Blade before the first point. At the same time, on that second clash, the Genji got the Dragon Blade and used it, and that's why they were able to defend the second checkpoint. So Cena's actually did fall, so maybe after that he should have switched. But he was kinda maybe in a rush to get back to the point. So the Genji was just stuck there anyway. So you can always theory craft about what the better lineup is, but you also have to realize, if you start with something, yeah, you're risking sacrificing a potentially clash changing ultimate that could have happened instead. EDD make the Diva after hook plus focus fire. Yeah, that does make sense, but as I was saying, the Roadhog is even slower to get back onto the point compared to the Reaper. And in the scheme of the game, look at that, Cena's cleaving once again. So whenever Cena's does have the Dragon Blade though, the momentum switches to in favor of Miraculum Esports, because it does so much pressure. And we'll see right now if Cena's actually gonna switch this time. No, he still sticks on the Genji. No, there, he switches to the Soldier. So a double hit scan now coming in for Miraculum. So this is actually a little questionable as well, if it's double hit scan distance wise, because the Diva will just easily defense matrix the enemy team. I really would have preferred seeing a Reaper, or maybe even a Junkrat, honestly, coming in from Miraculum in this one, rather than the Soldier. Earth Shatter just connects on the two, and look at that. It's since Jakama's the one who gets Earth Shatter, there is no way to stop Duel from going ham. If they had a Junkrat, he could concussive mind him away. If they had the Reaper, he could just easily gotten the kill. But the Soldier 76 right now, while is quite mobile, will get him back into the fight really quickly. Will not be able to do that much. Like, you do damage to the Reinhardt, yes, but it's not enough, right? To have fallen a really late Transcendence there from Zyril. He was way too far anyway, and now with that wasted Transcendence, that's NGV can easily steamroll this right here. Super fat chatter. Ooh, a fat chatter as well for Fascinating, but now Yuri's playing really well right there. So that was a really good play from the Diva. The Diva took the high ground to be able to defend Matrix, knowing that Miraculum has a double hit scan. So Cena's right now does switch to the Reaper. So this is a very good switch right here. And Zyro switches to Diana, which is okay, because defense, all Diana needs to do is here. And NGV only has the Diva that's able to dive. The Roadhog won't be able to reach it without being punished by the Reaper. So all you need to do is get a Sleep Guard. So Diana is an okay pick here. Yeah. I don't know. I maybe a little biased, but I would rather seen a Lucian to contest, especially with the Reaper, to get the Reaper into the fight really quickly. But the Shadow Step here and just a walk in is enough, honestly. So yeah, Yuri's is positioning himself right now in a way to spot out the double hit scan. Instead, spots out the Roadhog. And since Fascinate does actually get the Earthshatter, Eurus is there to take the main tank role. It takes the charge for his team right there. And that did give Miraculum some space to work with though. So very good callback for Miraculum right now and Mercury getting the kill. But sadly, on the other hand, I was saying the Reaper should be playing more defensively against triple tank rather than offensively. Because the Reaper did go up on top to go for the flank. But since Vips was already on the Mercury instead, he got the flashback and the kill. So what you want when you're running a anti-dive DPS, you wanna play less offensive, honestly, since especially literally you're on the defense, so you want to be punishing engagements rather than looking for some, in a sense, sometimes. And that's my way of looking at it. I prefer a more defensive hold on defense rather than going for this kills, especially when there's a hero that can punish it. But it's not too much of a loss as Miraculum did trade earlier. But now that the swing of things is on NGV's side, a perfect Earth Shatter there from Miraculum does get them the win in the clash. Yeah, so look, I can be saying all this analysis, but Miraculum has been, there's very impressive still. Like mechanical skills still triumph strategy at the end of the day. If you still get one clips, no matter how bad your positioning is, you still win the game. So whatever. Miraculum, that Earth Shatter from Fascinate was on point that time, winning the Reinhardt battle. And ooh, okay, so that Diva Bomb displays Miraculum quite well since they have an Ana Zenyatta and McCree for half of their team. So their team isn't very mobile in a sense, and this allowed the Zarya and Reinhardt to be isolated and taken down. So once again, Vips takes down the Reaper in there, and look, Xenos is having the right idea. If you leave the McCree alone, he will just get those free shots, and the triple tank can play back. But at the same time, NGV has been playing quite offensively with those triple tank. So if you force the anti-dive position instead, that forces NGV to switch up their tactics, and it'll be a shield war instead. So what you always want to do is, you do have the right ideas, yes, but you always want to adapt to what your the enemy team is playing instead, as not only their composition but also how they're playing it. Because when you force a team to swap a mindset, to force a team to swap a playstyle, that still messes with their line of thinking. Because of course you've been wanting to go 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 go, but suddenly you have to stop and play slowly. You can totally capitalize on those psychological lapses right there and take those clashes in your favor instead of forcing something that the enemy wants you to do. Kind of sleepy. Oh, whatever. So yeah, we'll be having our scrims in like 2 hours. So probably once I'm done with this series, I'll take a little break. I'll turn off the stream and come back by 7, maybe grab a bite or whatever. And now, uh, yeah. So I hope you guys are learning stuff from the VOD reviews, and of course we are gonna have this send this to Miraculum, cause I love my team and I just want them to get better. So right now, Miraculum is running the Somber Reaper once again, and I really like this lineup. This is a very hypothetical lineup, especially for the new patch with the new Somber changes. And this is like it's a different kind of approach rather than the standard Tracer Genji. Because you can see once again, NGV is ready for the Tracer Genji. They have the Junkrat, they have the Roadhog, but this is a Somber Reaper right here. You can easily get the hack onto the Devo to get rid of the Defense Matrix, get the hack onto the Roadhog to get rid of the Take a Breather. So this time the Somber Reaper is a good lineup against you, leaving Nadadi. Mamaya pa. As in, probably like 6:30, I'll just take a quick break, grab some food, and 7 o'clock yung scrim, diba? So, mamaya pa. I still have a bunch of analysis to do. No, I'm not done yet. The fuck, dude? Anyway, so let's go back here. So, ooh, okay. What happened there? So Xenos is inside right now, and I guess since it's been 15 seconds, the Sombra is spotted out. So the Sombra is actually got taken down by the Roadhog, and Miraculum is forced back. Good steamroll here coming in from NGV. So Miraculum just didn't have time to set up right there. They engaged in the middle part, and as the Reaper was trying to do some damage at the back, what happened was there was just a standoff between the tanks, and the Reaper was kind of forced to raid form out instead, since the Miraculum squad was still like what do you call this? Was still just busy watching each other. The tanks were just busy watching each other, forcing the Reaper to go on like a 1v2 in the backline. So the moment the Sombra fell, the team NGV knew that one of their DPS didn't have their escape na, and the other one was dead. So they went in for the kill and actually got it. I would have probably wanted to see maybe a charge come in from Fascinate there, especially as the Devo was not. I mean, the Roadhog was not in a position to actually hook the Reinhardt there because he was going for the Sombra. So here comes a switch to a Pharmacy. This is a very good switch because their NGV is running the Junkrat. Only the Diva will be able to contest properly against the Pharmacy, and exactly what Diva's doing, gets the mech for his troubles. And there is the Graviton Surge. Miraculum should be able to take this very well played, well scouted by Miraculum Esports, getting the Rocket Barrage available as well. So there, maybe I didn't want to see Xenos be that low or that close to an indoor area. And the Junkrat is doing so much work. But on the other hand, Miraculum's lineup is very well suited against the Junkrat. The Reaper, the Pharah, and the Zarya are very good picks against the Junkrat. And Miraculum is able to take the first point of King's Row here. So with Miraculum's lineup, they know they can't really look for stagger kills that much, especially if the tanks are already set up. So yeah, they were just playing a little tambay. Some barrier does come out, Earth Shatter does not connect. So many ults are coming left and right. But the thing about please don't do that.
Sorry.
Where was I?
That's the first time that went.
Like the second. Remember when we set it up that day? Sorry about that, guys. Where are we? So the thing about having the Zenyatta and Mercy on the supports, this does not protect you from a self-destruct in no possible way, and to immediately fall. Assassinate was actually incapacitated right there. So NGV is able to push in the moment the main tank has fallen for Miraculum. So if you guys notice, NGV's plan is just basically go in for the kill the moment the Reinhardt dies, which is a very well scouted plan by Team NGV. once again, Fascinate does fall. This will give NGV an opportunity, but at the same time, since Miraculum is way too far near the spawn, they really just don't go for it. They're waiting for their own opportunity to come back into it. So right now we see Cena switching to the McCree. So the McCree will be able to get a good flashbang here on top of the archway because if the Reinhardt is set up there, and at the same time can get a few hits right here. So that's a good pick. That's good enough pick since Vip's already switched to McCree anyway, countering the Pharah. And here comes a good graviton from the Zarya of Miraculum. Sadly, the follow-up is a little lackluster. Jikama gets shut down as he death blossoms. So the thing about not having a diva with your Reaper is the Zarya bubble is okay and all, blocks from status stuff, but the diva defense matrix is actually a very good deleter for all sorts of damages and status things if they're still on the way to the Reaper. Like the bubble is good and all, but it can only take 200 damage. At the same time, sometimes you want duration because the death blossom lasts what, 2-3 seconds, how long does the blossom last? But yeah, if you have a good defense matrix with that death blossom, he's more untouchable that way. Especially since most of NGV's lineup is defense matrixable beyond the Moira and the Reinhardt. But of course, that would have never have been happened without the Zarya in the first place, the Graviton Surge. But yeah, just noting the difference between having those two ultimates. If you have the Celtic Shock, however, you could have easily displaced NGV from the back line, forcing them to the front. And ooh, the McCree there a little out of position for Miraculum as Fascinate was forced to reposition, and now NGV doing their classic go in as when Fascinate dies, goes in for the kill onto Jikama, and Miraculum has to retreat and regroup once again at spawn. So here we go. 3 ultimates are available for both teams. So it's all up to all economy management right now for the two. But NGV is quite in the lead. They will have 5 for this clash for sure. Unless the Earth Shatter does connect from Fascinate. So the Earth Shatter connects from Fascinate. Sub Barrier is used to counter it out. And now with the kill onto Duel, that's a very, very needed kill right there by Miraculum, knowing that Duel will be able to have the Earth Shatter real soon. So target prioritization very well played so far, and that combo coming in from Miraculum allows them to go in for it. But for some reason, there wasn't enough damage until the Death Blossom did come in. So in a situation like that, the Moira was actually getting the free hits right there. So maybe you want to displace the Moira a bit with the Lucio. Beyond that, however, really well played by Miraculum right there. And that should allow them to push into the point. And they captured the sec point without any contesting. So once again now, Miraculum is indoors. And they're still running the Zarya against the Diva Roadhog. So the thing about the Zarya Diva comparisons, sometimes you really just want to run the Diva more for defense matrix purposes. The defense matrix does work against the Roadhog as well, eats the biotic orbs as well. I kinda only see Zarya now as mostly for graviton purposes, and beyond that, the really high damage potential for close range things. But the thing is, Overwatch, the Miraculum can't capitalize too much on the high damage potential from the Zarya due to Duel and the rest of NGV's slow play. that when only when Fascinate goes dies do they go in. And here NGV is playing indoors. Castinos did use the Deadeye. Sadly, the Lucio does get spotted out, and very good engagement here coming out from Miraculum. They're going for uh they well Jakama did go for the indoor squad, but they actually get played by NGV once again as the two supports once again fall. So every time Miraculum loses their two supports, they always lose the clash. No healing is available, and they just somehow falter without that sustain coming in from their supports. So now here comes the Speedus once again. But the McCree and Roadhog are both on point for the any kind of offense coming in from Miraculum. The flashbang was there, and so is the hook. So two stuns are available. So the Roadhog McCree pairing is a very offensive defense in the sense that if you only go in with one DPS, you will be punished for it by some focus fire coming in from the other one you're not focusing on. So in this situation, you want another tank to go in, maybe the Zarya or even the McCree to go in with the Reaper. Our challenge is pretty good, however. And there's a coalescence, but once again, here comes Selfish Shock and really good stun and pin from NGV right there, coordinating really well to take down Fascinate. And now they're just going in. So in these situations, you want to use the payload to your advantage. Fascinate did try to do that. Hello, Kuya Daks. Hi, Funchick. Welcome to the stream. So just doing some VOD reviews. As I was saying, where was I? Yeah, you're gonna use the payload to be able to stay away from the charge. But yeah, the charge was perfectly played by Duel, getting the pin onto Fascinate. So, fun trick, we're gonna have our scrims later at 7. I'm just doing VOD reviews right now. And, ooh, this VOD is done. Where is the other VOD? This is useless. Let's turn this off. Wow. Oh, they got disconnected. Okay. So what happened there? This VOD. Nice VOD. Nice VOD. Yeah, just got home from vacation with the fam, so I wasn't able to watch the Miraculum game. Oh man. Yeah, we got the 3rd place, but that's pretty much it. Sadly, we did lose our last series. That's why I'm doing some VOD reviews for the last 2 series of Miraculum. And then I'll take a quick break from streaming and come back at 7 p.m. for the scrims. Feel free to stick around to learn a little bit and be able to watch the action with me. I mostly see Zarya Overwatch own owl whenever it's now. Yeah, you always see the Zarya with the Ryan because that's a classic death ball. And at the same time, those players are the highest of the high, and they're ready to play both heroes at the same time.
Everyone gets their +1.
Oh, is that a sub? Oh, Funtrick, thank you for the subscribe, man. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate the support. Where was I? Ooh, I'm like, I get shook sometimes when I get sub. And why isn't the thing updated? Reload. Let me just do something real quick. There you go, Funchick's now the latest sub. As I was saying, 99, yeah. The Zarya, okay, basically back in the day, Zarya was played so much compared to D.Va because D.Va's pretty much dog shit. So most of the players in OWL actually know how to play Zarya really, really well. Yeah, Zarya specialists are usually subbed in for picking control. I agree, you are completely correct. But the thing is, I guess NGV likes the D.Va a lot better than the Zarya. It's probably a matter of their player preference rather than strategy. that, oh shit, this guy plays Diva a lot better than his Zarya, so let's make a strategy that we run the Diva. If you guys know about the Singaporean guy, see Cinefly, he plays completely, he just plays Diva. Like, he's top 500 Diva only, and he's a pro team. What they do is they always run their Diva strats. I mean, all their strats do have the Diva. Back in the day. So, bruh, God, like, I feel so old talking about season 1. Welcome, Jax. Welcome back to the stream, Jax. So, yeah, so apparently Miraculum lost that map 1, so it's bullshit that the VOD is missing, but whatever. You played against him? He probably played Diva, didn't he? He only plays fucking Diva. He always plays fucking Diva. If he plays not Diva, that means someone else is using his account. Or that's not Cinefly. Oh yeah, let's full screen this shit again. Yeah, he plays Diva whenever he's tried that earning. Exactly. He's like, fuck, I want to win already, let's play Diva. So, Miraculum, okay, this is Watchpoint Gibraltar, and okay, Miraculum really loves this map, that's for sure. But we're a little rusty on this map after practicing everything else, so I kind of wondered why the team picked up Gibraltar. Anyway, though, this is a pretty good starting lineup from Miraculum. They run the Mercy right now to try to damage boost from a safe distance. Zariel also is on the Orb of Harmony Zenyatta to get some to toss those orbs on the bridge. At the same time, he'll be able to push the payload. And Xenos now is on the Vinegar on the left side to spot out anyone here. This is the sight line they need, the left side to see, but it's coordinated that no one's there. So since Xenos was there on the left side waiting for someone to show up in the door, Miraculum was ready to dive. So no one's was there. And Miraculum now is just going for it here indoors. They have the Tracer of Chikama also as well. Zariel's the one pushing the payload. And what Miraculum do is really smart. They're trying to bait NGV out to be shot up by Xenos. 99 is really interesting. Yeah, it's fun to play against Xenofly. In competitive funship. Hopes this silver helps out with PH conversion. Thank you, dude. It does help out. Hi, Brandito and Corey. Welcome to the stream. So we're just watching YouTube, aka doing some Overwatch VOD stuff. So, I just want to complain about the production real quick. They don't even change the stuff. So NGV right now is gonna play indoors until they have a good engagement in the bottom. And Miraculum right now is trying to poke anyone out, force the displacement from NGV at the same time. So NGV isn't playing Miraculum's game; they're playing as 6 or 5.5 maybe. And now when the payload is actually down there, they are gonna go down to contest the standard Gibraltar opening. And yeah, this is some standard stuff coming in from both teams. Fascinate is kind of caught out and gets taken down as he gets focused. So is Grant. Xenos did get the DMEC though onto Treaty. So in this engagement, when that happens, when you get the DMEC and maybe your tanks die, 1 or 2 of them, you want to go for the reset because the baby diva has nowhere to commit suicide in the defensive area of Watchpoint Gibraltar. And this will be a fight now in favor of Miraculum. What the hell? What the hell is this? Okay, whatever. So they do have the Valkyrie as well. So they might go in with it, but at the same time, 2 offensive bullets are ready for NGV. And what they want to do is Xenos wants to get a pick onto a DPS right there. But Salvatore, though, with the right click, actually gets a kill. So this is what the Mercy is for as well, to give the second chance. But now Miraculum is in a bad spot once again. It's another 5v6, forcing them to retreat. But Duel actually gets staggered and taken down. That was an overcommit there, commitment there by the Winston. Since Miraculum was gonna be retreating anyway, they didn't go in. So Duel jumped on the Widowmaker. Jump on the Widowmaker here. But Miraculum was here to contest him, and he just immediately falls. So right now, some pretty standard stuff. Cena's trying to get any kills once again. He actually got a kill on the Salvatore. That's a very clutch kill. And Fascinate. This is a really good die coming in for Fascinate. Here's the Soldier 76 ult and knocks the Soldier to the other side. But at the same time, really good counterplay coming in from NGV. So both teams are playing against their backlines. Fascinate is knocking the tactical visor away, so it's rendered useless. At the same time, Duel is trying to get some kills onto the supports because he does have the Primal Rage available. And both Transcendences are used in that clash. So now, obviously, in a situation like that, both Miraculum's Primal Rage and Transcendence are down, and Cena's isn't getting the picks that it needs. So NGV is an advantage, and with this kill onto Joran, are going to be able to push in to Miraculum once again. Oops, I right click something. So what Miraculum really wants to do right now is okay. These are the things you have to do before a game starts, guys. If you're in any kind of production, you have to do those things before the game starts because it really is quite the bothersome for so many viewers. Anyway, Miraculum does switch to the Genji this time, and that's a good pick there because you want to use the Genji to go for the Zenyatta and the Soldier. You have the vertical agility, and since the Winston and D.Va have been such a pain in the ass for the Widow anyway, you don't have that much time to get those picks anymore. You want to get that Dragon Blade up by that last clash for maybe a really good wipe in the end. So the Genji is there, and actually they got two already, so Miraculum is being able to push in with the payload. At the same time though, NGV has been playing enough that Miraculum can't actually full push to the payload with picks. Like if they get a pick, the heroes are gonna get back to the fight, and as Duel does use the Primal Rage right there, Miraculum is beaten back once again. What Miraculum wants to do in those situations are, after they get the kits, get the payload moving once again and be able to at the same time come back out as 6 or maybe get another stagger kill. Because if you're just trying to play objective when the enemy team is gonna be able to reform once again, you want to play the objective as much as you can without losing anyone, and then going back to your original game plan with the dive to get those picks. Because the dive comp is not a good composition when you're staying still. You are at a disadvantage against the Soldier, you're at a disadvantage against the Zenyatta Tracer, especially when the Tracer does go in the backline. You only want to stay near the payload as a dive comp when it's almost near the objective, and that instead of you diving onto them, the defense is forced to dive onto you, since it's objective. This isn't team deathmatch. So now this is basic D.Va play coming in from Grandis Auto. This is exactly what the Grand needs to do. But now Cenas did not get any kills with that Dragon Blade, so this can be game set and match for Miraculum. What they really need to do there was get those kills with the Dragon Blade. And let's watch that again. Why didn't Cenas get any kills? So Cenas does have the Dragon Blade right now. He's up on top, gets hit by Yuri's. So the D.Va goes in to protect Cenos. This is a peeling right here for Cenos. Salvatore is unleashing, has had the Transcendence up since for a while. Let's look at Valkyrie is there. Cenos still hasn't have the Dragon Blade. Transcendence is now there. Valkyrie is up, and Cenos uses it 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds into the Transcendence. So that's proper enough timing coming in from Cenos. He knows he has to do something right now. There's no support ultimates available as well for Miraculum right now. And with the kill onto Zai right there, Cenos was busy forced to actually go for the D.Va, who was a tank, and the D.Va just pretty much shrugged it off, shrugs the Dragon Blade off, and this is game shot match for Miraculum. Sinos was in a position to actually go for the Zenyatta or the soldier, because maybe if he went for the Zenyatta, maybe he was a little closer. He probably could have gotten the Zenyatta and went for the soldier afterwards, who is up on top. At the same time, though, the Valkyrie Mercy is there too. It takes like, I think you can like swing, like you have to swing like 3 times for a Zenyatta to die if the Valkyrie Mercy is still up. It was good enough timing from Sinos to try to delay until the support ultimates was gone, but that was a do or die situation, and sadly they just did die. Oh. Ooh, Jax, 25 cheers. Thanks, bro. Cute naman nung tombstone thing. Thanks for the bits, my friend. So yeah, in that, I can say about the offense, it just sometimes the ultimates aren't potent enough. They're just not getting the kills they need to. They're playing Miraculum isn't playing well, like tactically they're doing okay, but nothing matters if the kill feed doesn't get any entries for the team. I'm trying to think about what else could Miraculum could have improved on beyond getting those kills, because there was space created, yes, for Miraculum. The engagements weren't bad, weren't like one-sided. They had momentum to go for some other engagement. They actually got some kills, but yeah, with their composition, they didn't want to play on the payload too much. At the same time, their peeling wasn't as good since they ran the Widowmaker for most of the time. So the Zenyatta is pretty much left to fend for yourself. Yeah, so basic turret on the black border thing there. Uh, popularized now by Oversleep, even though you could have done that, you could do that since like forever. And now we have NGV running a double hit scan right here to try to punish both long and short range contesting. But at the same time, Miraculum is ready with the Diva and the Winston. So the dive comp heroes are pretty good against this. And they are ready for some healing sustain with the Moira Mercy. So NGV's tactic is, if the Widowmaker does get dove on, they will always have the sustain for the Widow to stay alive. But at the same time, if they're able to isolate any one of these heroes, they are easily gonna get a kill. Like, I mean, Miraculum is easily gonna get a kill onto one of the DPSs. So the supports will be, the goal for against this lineup is the supports have to be too busy healing other people on another side when Miraculum jumps on the slower DPSs. So now, the 2 supports have fallen, and the story of Miraculum has, the moment the supports fall, the whole team falls. And this happens since Zaril once again is caught out by the tank dive from NGV, and that has been such a key thing. Joran is forced to try to save Zyril, because if he doesn't even try, Zyr will just die immediately, and it's gonna be a 5v6. At the same time, though, here the McCree and Moira are going in with the tanks enough, like in a mid-range capacity, to get the kills. But now this is heavily in favor of NGV. Phipps even goes for the machine gun instead on the Widowmaker, and that should be GG here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. NGV also picking a very good lineup to compensate for all the strengths and weaknesses of first point offense. Now you have the Widowmaker to stay up on top to get those picks, especially with the sun glaring down on the backline. The McCree is there to take care of any flankers, and the dive with the Moira is there to just keep on keeping on with those healings. They don't really need the speed boost too much because unlike a full map that Miraculum has to work with, they had to stay on the yellow side. And when you only have such a small portion of the map to work with, you don't need the speed boost to get to the other side. If the Miraculum is way too far, all NGV needs to do is kill the people who are near the payload and push it to the checkpoint. It doesn't matter if Miraculum does still have members left. If no one is at the payload, Miraculum will still lose the game. So the score now is 2-0 in favor of NGV, and this is a best of 5 losers bracket. Loser does go to third place, and the winner moves on to the grand finals. And this is gonna be Route 66 payload map, and yeah, so probably we'll do this first, and then I'll take a quick little break from the stream after a while and come back at 7 p.m. for the scrims. Everyone is welcome to join the scrims, and of course you can check my Facebook page for all the deets for how to join those things. But thank you guys for actually tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have company when I do these things. And if you guys do have VODs you want to send my way, feel free to do so. And if I have time, I'll review them. Of course, I prioritize in order subscribers, then fellow Filipino players, and then international viewers. Kasi syempre, we're trying to grow the Philippine Overwatch scene, and this is a good way to do so. And once again, thank you to Funtrick for that subscribe. So right now, NGV is playing the Orisa Roadhog fishing strategy. So this is a very, very stationary defense coming in from NGV, and Miraculum has a really good lineup against this. Once Tracer is in position, Cenas can just use the deflect, like get in front of the barrier enough to get the deflect onto the rest of NGV, and Miraculum can easily do a dive in the background. This Orisa lineup is better against deadball comps like maybe a Reinhardt Bastion, and that's pretty much what NGV looks like they are preparing for. But now NGV realizes their opponent right here, and they have to kind of move around a little more than just staying, since the Bastion is not there. And Miraculum has all the space to work with this time. Halts are gonna be not so useful. And here comes the dive coming in from Miraculum. So far so good until Vips actually gets to spot out Zyril. So once again, the Zenyatta actually gets caught out. And honestly, as a Zen, if you get caught out too much, maybe you should consider switching your hero for the rest of the leg, because there are so many options right now, especially with Bridget coming, that the Zenyatta, while will immediately melt someone, if you're not alive at all for even the start of the fight, then what's the point of playing the Zenyatta? I would much rather see maybe the Moira, or maybe even I would actually want to see the Lucio come out from Zyril instead. So yeah, here comes an engagement from both teams. Soren just bring up Zyril though, and now it's a 6v5 once again. And yeah, every time it's a 6v5, you always wanna you always have to get that clutch pick, and this is exactly what the two players do. They get shut down by Yuri's Grant and Jikama just popping off with those 2 kills. But now trades are coming left and right, and this is of course in favor of the attack, but at the same time, NGV will now have the opportunities to switch up their lineup right here and contest the payload, like to compensate for from the dive bomb. But looks like it's just working out for NGV with those kills. The Roadhog and the McCree getting so much done. And oh, the poor baby diva gets staggered so heavy. And Cyril gets taken down again. So the Zen just gets caught out again and again. 5v6s are never a good thing. And Jordan now switching to the Lucio. So what Jordan wants to do as well is, as Cyril does get picked off, you want to always protect your support. You can't just blame your support for, God, stop dying. No. See, the Zen is a very slow hero and someone has to play peel for him. And now Jordan is on the Lucio right now. That's a better peel rather than the Mercy. The extra healing sometimes isn't enough for the poop. And there you go. The pulse bomb onto the Riptire. And now with Cyril with the Transcendence available, Miraculum can take the point here, because if you are confident that you can take down the Zenyatta can surprise you with that Transcendence. So at the same time, the best Zenyattas are not only the ones that get good discords and healing done, but at the same time are very good with getting Transcendence early and as fast as possible, because when you have the Transcendence, you can bait out someone to go in for the kill on you, make them really low, and clash until you have to use it, and then you start healing your team. So in that situation, Zyril was able to bait out the McCree to go out of position and fall. So now Team NGV does lose the first point. A good symphony of ultimates coming in from Miraculum to secure the first point and payload checkpoint and move on to the second half of the map. Whew. Just a quick reminder, guys, that there's a scrim later. Actually, I've been talking about it kanina pa. But yeah, at 7 p.m. PHT, as Jordan does take down Salvatore right there. And now, always on the offense, you always have that momentum swing, that that lull period for the defense actually always is in favor of the offense, since they're the ones looking for targets, looking for openings as the defense is setting up. And that's what Miraculum is doing right now, getting some trades, using some ultimates. And so far so good for Miraculum, honestly, until that kill on to Cenos. Now that it's not even, Miraculum is retreating. So that's a really good retreat there from Miraculum. They leave the payload this time, not getting anyone else die, except maybe Fascinate. So that's okay. It's okay if Fascinate's the one who dies, because he's the main tank and get back into the action. They are trying to reset anyway. So the point is, if their main tank is the one who gets picked off as your team is trying to reset, yes, you do waste a little more time. But at the same time, the pick potential of the main tank going in, and if you guys are the ones who can get the kill onto someone on the opposite side, you can just steamroll from there. So it's always an okay risk for the main tank to go in a little more ahead, since that's what he does. He tanks for the team. He's up in the front. But now Miraculum is in a lot of trouble. Zeryl's still popping the Transcendence, but no one is ready to actually try to contest this. Even Fascinate pops the Primal Rage. So it's literally they're basing their aggression right now to the Winston and the shurikens of the Genshi. And in those situations, that's not a matter of tactics anymore. That's a matter of trust on your team. So Miraculum trusting each other to get those kills, and they do actually get those kills. Because of course, if you want to play strategy all the time, you always want to do a 6v6 kind of thing, then whittle down the opponent, do some trades. But there, a 4v6 was enough for Miraculum to still take it. Really good play coming in from the team. And now Cenos is busy cleaving up the backline, cutting the enemy into two. Like literally, the other half of the team is on the other side, and Miraculum is playing the last part of Route 66 really well, knowing so much about the map, taking advantage of the close quarter nature, the closest part of the map to come in through, and they take the second checkpoint right there. So two ultimates are available for Miraculum this time. The ultimate economy is in their way, since they were winning the clashes anyway, And since NGV has to do some switches, now when this happens, this is what I talk about momentum. Not only are you momentum position wise, is your the positive momentum on your side position wise, but at the same time it's also in economy wise. When you do have the ultimate economy, you can risk going a little deeper, diving a little harder to get those kills because you do have the ultimates available, and you know any switches do not have them. And since they do less damage than you in those engagements, they have less ult charge than you. So if you look at your team's counterpart, like you see your main tank, you see your healers, if they're around that area, you have a few seconds to work with extra, and that's exactly what Miraculum does. Goes in with the sound barrier right there. That's a good initiation alongside the self-destruct. Sometimes I don't like seeing the self-destruct used after the sound barrier. Like, if you want to use the self, I say you should use the self-destruct first, then the sound barrier, so you get the sound barrier onto the remaking diva instead, like even just a bit of it. But that's pretty much a nitpick thing, because the self-destruct is a very opportunistic ultimate. If you can get self-destruct onto two players like that, that means the whole world right there for the offense. And Miraculum using their ultimates well. So now you can see Miraculum spinning up here on the left side to be able to see the players come in from the right, because the right is usually where they come from. At the same time, this gives them enough space to dive to the left side of their left side of the spawn, aka their right side. And that's what NGV is doing. They're staying on the right side of the map, forcing Miraculum to actually displace with their skills. And here comes some chaos coming in from the teams. The Zenyatta Transcendence is pretty much on point to keep the Winston alive, and he actually gets back into position. But of course, you want to use that Transcendence with the Dragon Blade instead, so it's the most effective that it can be. But that's okay, the Winston is a very necessary component of your engagement as well. A really good stun there though. So the Earth Shatter there did connect really well. Let's check that out once again. So the Earth Shatter is coming in. The bubble is there from Treaty, and Duel gets the swing onto the Winston, and the barrier is not ready yet. Not ready yet to protect the team. And Xenos was caught in the outside area, sadly. So a small error there from Fascinate, but it's not. It's like it's a small error that is like sayang. Like, I wish it was better, but you can't criticize him for it, because it's so hard to measure distances like that. It's like a small nuance thing which can win you games, but it's not a reason to lambast you for it. So right there, the timings from the ultimates on NGV are not in sync right now. If you're in the defense like that and you guys have other players who are far from ultimates, you might want to delay a bit. Like, you want to keep those heroes alive instead. You want to keep Fred and the Zarya and the Tracer alive in favor of the Doomfist dying, because the Graviton post-bomb combo is such a strong one compared to the Meteor Strike. But during those situations as well, of course, you guys are busy stumbling in. You guys are busy trying to get some kills, and yeah, there's a panic factor. There's a do or die factor right there that NGV had to deal with. So now the teams have swap, and Miraculum right now is the one actually running the triple tank with the Zen Moira. So the problem with the triple tank without the Lucio is you lack the mobility heavily. So you are pretty much just gonna play anchor rather than push in. Like, you're pretty much gonna play anchor almost completely unless you have a +2 advantage in quantity. Oh, sleepy guys. Probably gonna get some coffee after this before the scrim start. I hope to see a lot of you there, and yeah, hope I hope that you guys have a good time later as I cast. So you do see Vips going in for any and this duel actually get the hold onto Zerial right there. No, it's a oh yeah he does. So very well placed there from the Orisa, punishing the Zenyatta still poking a little too far once again. In those situations, you want to be playing kind of like a sniper as a Zenyatta, but at the same time, when there is an opposite sniper, it's really hard to do. And the NGV will be able to just pretty much steamroll at this point. Miraculum doesn't have a pretty good lineup in there without the Lucio. What it requires to join the turn? Uh, check that. There's no requirements, dude. You just have to be part of the Overrush community. I mean, you don't have to, but it'll be so much easier. And alam ko I have a post up on my Facebook page about it. At the same time, you can check the activity log down below, and there's probably a post. What's happened?
The Velcro just did this.
Oh, damn. You okay? You can check the activity log below, or if I have any moderators up, kindly can assist. Nighty night, or dude, you can just message me. My ballot tag is down below as well. I have a panel for that, and it's very easy to join the scrims if you're on my friends list. But I think my friends list is full, so just feel free to send me a friend request, and I'll see if I can get rid of someone who's not that active. Anyway, so Miraculum right now is now playing very aggressively with the triple tank as they have unleashed the tactical visor and the coalescence. So the two elements are ready and they're gonna easily wipe Team NGV right there. That's exactly what they need to do with their ultimates to be able to reset. But at the same time, NGV holding their ultimates, careful, go long. Holding their ultimates right there is a really bad sign for Miraculum. Vips with that extra headshot right there for Sinos would pretty much seal a really easy push for NGV right now. And while Miraculum did do such a good engagement, the ult economy is heavily in favor of NGV. So they actually have to get some mechanical skill kills right there. Sadly, they are not. The ults are being used left and right. 3 ultimates were utilized by NGV. Exactly what you do when you have ultimate economy in your advantage. When you have half of you use half of what you have. You don't full commit with the 6, and if they counter with some ults, you adjust accordingly with maybe a 4th and maybe even a 5th. But of course, you want to keep maybe one ultimate available, especially though, and at the same time use the ultimate that charges the fastest first. So in that case, the Infrasight first to get the vision, and a very easy steamroll there from NGV using 5 of their 6 ultimates to secure the second checkpoint. So yeah, just in that case, Miraculum was just run over by the ultimates. If they really wanted to play this, you should have played a try to pick off players one by one, pick off the backline as much as possible, or isolate someone, because they aren't gonna win the fight completely. So what you want to do in that situation is get as many kills as you can, and so when you come back for that second clash, it takes a while for the other 2 or 3 who died to come back onto the point. So now, since Miraculum knows that NGV doesn't have their ultimates available beyond the Coalescence, they can go in quite easily with the Lucio and the Tracer. So standard dive comp beyond tanks, because what Miraculum is doing right now is they want to keep the corner, and you can easily do that with the Reinhardt rather than the Winston since it's indoors anyway. On the other hand, we have the Junkrat switching, so some flex picks coming in from both teams. So yeah, Miraculum is running the Roadhog right now over the Diva, because they wanted to play more offensively a while ago, like really offensively with those hook picks, but now the Roadhog isn't really paying off that so well, and yeah, Miraculum is being beaten back once again. So now you see this. This is both a blessing and a curse for Miraculum. They have the Earth Shatter and Hulhog almost available, so they're not gonna want to switch those tanks off. Because they know that they can do so much damage with those things. And as exactly as I said, since Fascinate had the Earth Shatter and the the shield wasn't in a position beyond the payload, Miraculum gets the stun, but for some reason doesn't actually capitalize on it. They don't actually push in with it because they're being pulled. They got pulled back by the Orisa, that's for sure. And boom goes the Dynamite Vips with the really good Orisa play coming in from the team. So this is what I'm saying. It was a blessing and a curse. Since Grand stayed on the Roadhog, he didn't go for the Diva he probably would have gone to, and no defense matrix right there for that hold. Gets 3, and then the Riptar just destroys Miraculum right here. It's even fascinating to actually switches to the Diva. So yeah, it's always tempting to keep that ultimate, because especially in a situation like that. But sometimes you know that there's a better pick, and I'm not saying you should immediately switch to that better pick, because that Hulhog could have done so much, especially in this really close area, to get so many kills. But yeah, it's a matter of judgment, and sometimes sadly your judgment isn't uh what reality wants it to be, like the optimal goal. And that pretty much destroyed Miraculum's defense right there in that last part. Nice shatter. Yeah, it was a good shatter, but Miraculum was in no position to actually capitalize on it once again. Vips though with the Junkrat trap on the payload. Really interesting right there. I think I should make an ending screen soon. And I have like 5 subs. I'll make a proper ending screen to show appreciation to my subs. Anyway, so NGV once again is still on the Orisa, and they're playing the gas station until the payload reaches to the end of the road. Because before it reaches the let's go back to that. Before it reaches the billboard exactly, you want to keep the payload there, because there you can easily keep an eye out on the tunnel with the Orisa. Point. And especially since you have the Junkrat anyway, you really want to play super close quarters right there. And with the picks now on Miraculum, NGV will be able to set up a bit. They're scrambling right now though, but so much damage is being done by the dive club. But then the Junkrat is such a good pick when Miraculum actually runs the double flanker without the Lucio, because the Lucio can't boop around the Junkrat. Instead, the Junkrat can easily just destroy Miraculum with the concussive mines and the trap, because the Lucio can easily spot a trap if you're machinist enough, your eyes are sharp enough. But on the other hand, the Mercy is just flying around, not really using the pistol too much. And yeah, the choice of supports there a little not working in favor of Miraculum. At the same time, once again as I said, they did spot out the Junkrat, and maybe a switch to a soldier would have been a better choice for one of the flankers instead. Because the problem with this lineup right now is they do run the dive, but they're lacking the mobility with it, the speed boost with it, and this is a little problematic since the Mercy, while giving some healing, is more of a better pick when you have the Valkyrie ready. So basically, the strategy of Miraculum was there is to get the Valkyrie as fast as possible. That's why they ran the Zen rather than the Lucio as well. But the peel potential of the Lucio sometimes is a little better than the extra healing from the Mercy. At the same time though, that was also very unfortunate from Miraculum that they got caught out by not only the tire but also the concussive mine number 1 and the concussive mine number 2 and also the very imbalanced Riptire from the Junkrat who literally blows it in front of himself without taking any forms of damage. So now this is the last part of Miraculum and they're running the full dive once again. Because, of course, you won't want to run the Mercy right here because you already expect the Widowmaker or you already expect the Bastion since NGV has 3 minutes and 19 over your 1 minute. So Miraculum goes back to their standard dive comp, which is actually a good pick actually from Miraculum as a composition. Here comes their full dive. They know, okay, so what happens here is Miraculum immediately goes for it. This is pretty smart in the sense that if they go now, they still have a clash later. If they don't go now and they clash on the gas station, then they don't have any other engagement and they die. And they'll be too scared to actually play dive properly. Sadly though, Fascinate does fall. And so does Grandis also gets the mech doing some damage. So what Grand wants to do is stay as payload as much as possible. So he's forced to get taken down. And now since the 2 tanks have fallen, you'll see a retreat coming in from the DPSs. And the Lucio does fall as well. This is actually an okay sacrifice by the Lucio because the Lucio right now will be speed boosting everyone else who's gonna come in. So Miraculum right now does have a second engagement, but Grandison gets immediately hooked up by a good positioning from the Roadhog. So then sadly with a lineup of Tracer Genji, you can't really capitalize on punishing this. What you want to do instead is to build your ult charge on the Roadhog. And yeah, here comes the skirmish once again from Miraculum. 1-1 trade, but they really needed to get the kill onto the McCree, but the McCree right now is just plays so well with the counterplay. But yeah, so far so good here on defense for Miraculum. The ultimates are bringing up, and the health pack is being used by Miraculum. You always want to use the health pack instead of leaving it alone because the DPS needs it, and you got friends the other enemy team to get it. But sadly, here comes another flashbang, and no peel once again available for the team. Rand was a little too far away, and the defense matrix right there does not protect against the Moira. So Miraculum does go in onto NGV, knowing that since Xenos did die, they really need to take a fight and get those kills. Good play right there. Fascinate popping the Primal Rage as well, so they can win the engagement. But this is a very, very heavy dive coming in from Miraculum. But so they don't overextend to the point that they reach the spawn, because the spawn point of healing advantage is way too much for a dive comp to deal with. But at the same time, Miraculum almost gets caught out there while they wait for the med pack. And Zaril actually pops the Transcendence to heal up Fascinate right there. So that was a judgment call by Zaril, not working out as well as it could have, because Zaril popping their Transcendence forces Miraculum to go in. The Soundbarrier is used, and so is the Dragon Blade, but the Deadeye is there, and the Deflect is forced out by Yuri's Deadeye. So now Miraculum does actually lose the payload. Yeah, they lose the payload right there, and here comes the push. So Miraculum will be able to barely reach it. I think Grande Slaughter with the desperation self-destruct, I would have preferred if he didn't use the self-destruct, to be honest. So they have it here in the last part, since the self-destruct anyway wasn't on the payload. If it was on the payload, that would have been such a good self-destruct to delay so much time. But since it wasn't, and he was the only one left, I would have probably rather he launched it from, while he goes here, he launched it from here to do so much damage onto NGV, who is forced to stay now on the payload. Xenos does use the Swift Strike to go in, and now this is gonna be some staggers coming in from Miraculum. And half of the team of Miraculum has fallen right now. And there you go. That's game, set, and match from NGV to Miraculum. Just a few judgment errors for Miraculum in that series. Not so. That was a very. I really love that last defense from Miraculum with the dive just being super aggressive. They just, if your opponent does play aggressively when one falls, just hit them with the full force that you can, and you can get those kills right there. But sadly, Miraculum did lose to both Global and NGV. So, Miraculum Esports took third place in the Chennai Esports tournament thingy. And yeah, that should be my VOD review for the team. Basically, a few lineup errors and a few judgment errors as well. So, as the games were very, very contested, honestly. There was no game that wasn't, you know what do you call it, wasn't one-sided against Miraculum. So really proud of my boys there. uh just a little more discipline and a little more communication for next time, and especially since when we get our boot camp real soon, we're gonna we're gonna drop some strategies as well, and I'll probably be streaming from the boot camp from time to time as well, and probably get the boys to guest in scrims or whatever. So yeah. Oh, it's 6:10 right now, and I have like 50 minutes to grab dinner and stuff like that. So we will be back at 7 p.m. for the scrims, 7 p.m. PHT GMT plus 8. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, and just just show up in the Twitch channel, show up in the Overrush Discord, and show up in the Overwatch in-game lobby to be able to join the community scrims. So yeah, I've been your host Dax. I'll see you guys in a bit. See you there, and we'll have some fun later on tonight in the scrims. Thank you once again to everyone who tuned in and contributed to the VOD the VOD review, especially to Funchick for the sub, 99 for all the question, Nixer with all the random comments once again, and many more. Yeah, BRB, I eat.